senior night here in Tuscaloosa. Shawn Williams to a standing ovation coming out of the tunnel for the last time. And the big deal for this football team, particularly 30 seniors, the last time that they will wear the crimson jerseys here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. And it is a sold-out house. Important matchup in the SEC West. Alabama plays host to LSU. We'll have it all for you coming up next.
ESPN's College Football Saturday, brought to you by the United States Postal Service. No one works harder or goes farther to keep us all connected.
I'm gonna wrap myself in paper, I'm gonna dab myself with glue, stick some stamps on the top of my head, I'm gonna mail myself to you. Oh, I'm gonna tie me in a little red string, I'm gonna tie blue ribbons too. Climb up into my mailbox and I'm gonna mail myself to you.
This holiday season, no one will work harder or go farther to keep us all connected.
Hey, man, hey, call me right back. All right, thanks.
Do your music ringtones sound this real? Download Singular Supertones instantly and easily from our huge library of great songs. Supertones, another way Singular fits you best.
Welcome to ESPN's College Football on ESPN, celebrating 20 years of college football. Tonight, the number 3 ranked LSU Tigers take on the Alabama Crimson Tide. All season, ESPN Saturday Night College Football will be broadcast in high definition, presented by Phillips and Best Buy. Hi, everybody. Ron Franklin along with Mike Gottfried, and welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Earlier this season, we were here at Bryant-Denny Stadium as Alabama took on top-ranked Oklahoma. Mike, they played them as close as anybody has played OU all year. Tonight, they face the third-ranked team at LSU. What does the Crimson Tide have to do, not only to stay close, but to win this important SEC West battle?
Ron, get off to a good start. That's the first thing. Keep this crowd in the football game. Then find a way to run the ball. Nobody's been able to run against LSU.
The difficult thing for the Crimson Tide tonight also, that is stopping Matt Mock. The quarterback for the Tigers has been absolutely sizzling the last 3 ball games.
Yeah, Matt Mock's been on fire the last 3 ball games. And when Matt Mock plays well, LSU doesn't get beat.
The head coaches in this ball game tonight, Nick Saban, 4th season as the head guy at Baton Rouge, 34-13. And across the field from him, the newest member of the coaching profession here in the country and also in the conference, Mike Shula. Alabama will receive, as you take a look at the series history, and look at that, the away team has won 9 of the last 12 meetings between these two. Last year in Baton Rouge, it was Alabama 31-0, the first shutout against an LSU team since 1996. Jackson will kick it off for the LSU Tigers on an absolutely marvelous evening here in Tuscaloosa. Perfect conditions and no rain in the forecast. The Sis kick goes 3 yards deep in the end zone, and he elects not to return it. So that means that Brody Croyle, the sophomore out of Rainbow City, will come on, the starting quarterback. And Mike, first of all, talk about not only the year he's had, but the toughness of this youngster. Separated shoulder in the very first game this year, he has continued to play.
We saw him against Oklahoma and Kentucky. He took some hits. He hangs in there. He hangs in the pocket, throws the football. LSU will get after him tonight with blitzes from all over the place.
Well, one of the things that you have to say is the strength of LSU, which we'll talk about as we give you the starting lineups and get this one underway. Obviously, the down 4 for the LSU Tigers, and we'll keep a close eye on them. First play from scrimmage scrimmage under center, and Coyle straight back in the pocket to throw. Here comes pressure, and he zings it out a little bit low in the flat, and it's incomplete. The offensive starters for the Crimson Tide tonight. He has Shawn Williams, the senior out of Andrews, Texas, at tailback. Tim Castile at fullback. Donald Clark, the tight end. And the Tide is very short here because of injuries. Fulgham and Luke, the wide receivers. Up front with the offensive line, Atlas Herring replacing a really good one in Wesley Britt, who is out for the rest of the year. We have Smiley, Klosner, Danny March gets the start at right guard. Dennis Alexander, the captain, is injured. And Evan Mathis is the right tackle. 2nd and 10. You see adjustments in the secondary for the Tigers, and the ball is complete to Luke, just short of the first down. And very quickly, the starters on this defense. Here is the strength. Spears, Williams, Chad Lavallee. What a year he has had. Marquise Hill, the other defensive end. The linebackers, Alexander, Turner, and Vaughn. And this secondary has turned into a really outstanding group. Webster and Daniels at the corner. Jack Hunt, they moved him over from 3. And LaRon Landry, a true freshman, having a really good year at the other safety spot. 3rd down and 3. The line to make is the 30 for the Crimson Tide. Short drop, swings it out. The ball is tipped and knocked away. And tipping the ball is Eric Alexander, the senior out of Port Arthur, Texas, the middle linebacker.
Ron, I talked to the LSU coaches on the field before the ball game. They're selling their football team on get off to a big start right here. Take this crowd out, send a message right away. Their defense did exactly what they wanted them to do.
Well, the interesting thing about LSU and their defense, Mike, only 19 first-half points the entire season. And in fact, the longest run from scrimmage that they have given up is a staggering low number. We'll talk more about their defense when they come back out on the next series. First punt of the night. And here's the boot. Freeland. Good kick. He was booming him on Thursday in practice. No fair catch. And it's Skylar Green. Big hole. Out across the 45, and LSU will have great field position. 47 yards on the punt and 26 on the return. And it gives us an opportunity to introduce Matt Mock, the junior out of Jasper, Indiana. The last 3 ball games, Mike, as you just said, he has had an extremely hot hand and a lot of confidence.
I think he's comfortable in this offense. He's comfortable with everything Jimbo Fisher, Nick Saban called.
Justin Benson gets the call to start at tailback. Number 25, he's a freshman out of Lake Charles. Short drop, quick out throw, and they got that to Devery Henderson. He'll cut it to the sideline, and it's a gain of about 5 yards in the play as Charlie Pepra is there to make the stop. So the offensive starters tonight. Joseph Adai we had as starters. We said Justin Vincent is there. Kevin Stelz is the fullback. David Jones, the tight end. Henderson and Michael Clayton, a very talented duo at wide receiver. Up front, Whitworth, Neiswanger, Ben Wilkerson, Stephen Peterman. He grades out the best each week for the offensive line. And academic All-American Rodney Reed at right tackle. Blitz coming off the corner. Alabama throws the ball complete. Has the first down, and again it's Henderson, and he'll take it to the Alabama 35-yard line. Here are the starters on defense for the Crimson Tide. Anderson, Bryant, Clark, and Odom. This is a very good front seven. The linebackers for Alabama. D'Amico Ryans, he set the bar very high, not only here at Bama, but in the SEC. Roach in the middle, Derek Pope, he's quite a hitter at the other linebacker. Madison and Pepper at the corners. Charlie Jones and Roman Harper are the safeties. Pitch, running play, hit behind the line of scrimmage is Benson, and it's D'Amico Ryans, who I was just talking about, who has set the bar extremely high as far as defensive play, coming in to knock them down and slow down this momentum early.
Yeah, you talked about D'Amico Ryans. Joe Kine said he's the most steady football player we have every week. Dipped under that offensive line, made that tackle, leads the SEC in tackles with 109 now.
Here comes second down. First time that the Tigers have not done well on first down. Quick screen into the flat, and it's Clayton has it complete. He's going to be down close to the first down. And that tackle made by Charlie Pepper, it's a gain of 13. And Mike explained something as we see the replay. LSU loves to throw back into the boundary out of that formation. Why?
Really do, Ron, because you can't roll to the boundary. If you do, then you get some problems to the field. But Michael Clayton is a big receiver. He's 6'4", 200 pounds, maybe the toughest receiver in the country.
So the ball just inside the 25-yard line, and this has been, it's almost like this game is on fast forward, and that's the way Coach Saban and the LSU Tigers want this thing to start. From just inside the 25, and they throw the pass, this one overthrown, and probably a good decision as man coverage was coming up quickly, and the pass just thrown too high. Anthony Madison on the cover.
When you throw that screen pass like LSU does to Devery Henderson is a former running back, and that's all that is getting the ball out to him like a toss sweep. Now all of a sudden he becomes the running back as a wide receiver.
It's interesting, both Devery Henderson and Skylar Green, both wide receivers, are former running backs and quarterbacks in high school. Second down and 10. The line to make just inside the 25. Pressure on the quarterback and a pass right up in the middle. Henderson, he's going to have the first down, and they'll spot him down after a 15-yard gain. Let's see, it'll be just outside the 10-yard line as Garth came over to make the stop.
That's a pretty good pass protection, a pretty good route by Devery Henderson, and a very good throw by Matt Mock. Anthony Madison, pretty good position, but when you throw the ball there and lead Devery Henderson, not much you can do about that.
Benson comes back in a tailback. Mock will go from the shotgun formation on what they call first and goal, and they take it right up the middle with the freshman. Benson fighting his way inside the 5. He's down to the 4.5 before Garth makes the stop. Mike, they have stopped them short. It was a 2-yard loss on one play, and beyond that, no one has gotten close to the quarterback or the running backs. The offensive line doing a heck of a job.
Yeah, everything quick in the passing game, the running game. They're getting a hat on there, every defensive player. But this is, again, what Nick Saban preached to his team all week. Let's bring our A game. That was their theme this week. Bring the A game. Get off to a good start.
Second and goal. This is the 8th play of the drive. Just inside the 5, they go straight ahead. Benson swings around to the 2. Derek Pope, the senior linebacker out of Galveston, Texas, is there to make the hit on him, and it'll be third down for the Tigers.
Derek Pope's been injured, but he comes back here, knows Matt Mock's not a running threat, and is able to move back in and make the tackle on Justin Vincent.
And as Joe Kine said, he's not 100%, but we need his leadership. So Pope is in the ball game. I think a huge play right here. It would be moral victory if Alabama could keep him out of the end zone and make him go for a field goal. Mock from the shotgun, looking, got a man over the middle. Ball is tipped and knocked away. It'll be fourth down. And here comes the kicking unit for the LSU Tigers. Charlie Pepra, who had an interception last week in the Mississippi State game, is the man who got a hand on it.
Very well could have been intercepted right here. Thrown very hard by Matt Mock for Michael Clayton.
Tell you what, Clayton also had an opportunity to catch the ball, but he did. He put a lot of zing on it. Field goal attempt by Jackson. Ball is placed down at the 10, and the 20-yard attempt is up, and it is good. So let's take a timeout, and everybody will catch their breath at 10:34 left in the first quarter. LSU 3-0.
After the measurement, we have 4th in inches. Actually, spotting the ball is kind of an inexact science. It's probably more like that. But where's the drama in that? With that, you're changing channels. With this, drama. Changing channels. Drama. America loves drama.
With a 140 horsepower engine and responsive handling, we put the fun back into the compact car, the Saturn Ion. Finance a new 2004 Saturn Ion 1 with air conditioning and CD player for $179 a month. See your retailer for details.
Now Mentos has 70% more, and they come in a box. Go Box!
Men don't like to shave. They'd rather light their shorts on fire or eat dirt. Easy, fellas. Nivea soothes the pain of shaving. With moisturizers and vitamins, Nivea for Men Aftershave Balm soothes and improves. Nivea for Men. More evolved skincare.
This holiday season, deck your halls and leave them decked. And deck out your kitchen, too. At the Home Depot, we're more than a store. We're where holiday home improvements and decorations last all year. Right now at the Home Depot and Expo Design Center, you'll have no payments, no interest until January 2005 on all flooring and appliance purchases of $299 or more when you use your Home Depot or Expo consumer credit card. And for installation you can trust, let At Home Services professionally install it for you. The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
Welcome back as the LSU Tigers. Mike, you said during the timeout, and I couldn't agree more, they got everything on that drive they wanted except a touchdown.
You know, the other thing, Ron, as I watch this game unfold, a lot of short passes, which means Alabama's giving them good cushions, which means later on you're going to see some long throws here. They're setting them up for the long pass.
Jackson to kick it off for the Tigers. Brooks and Prothro, the two deep men, two new Smurfs in town. And this kick is going to go 3 yards deep, and Prothro will decide not to return it. Reese, how about the Noles? Did it come out?
Well, Ron, it was a thriller. NC State failed to convert on a 4th down in its turn in double overtime. Then Leon Washington houses a BCS berth. Florida State, ACC champion, first team officially into a BCS game, 50-44 the final.
Okay, Reese, thanks very much. Ron Franklin, Mike Godfrey to Adrian Karsten, coming to you from a jam-packed Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa. The LSU Tigers, number 3 in the country, in town to take on the Tide. The Tide went 3 and out on their first series. Let's see if they can amend those fortunes here on series number 2. Pitches back to Sean Williams. Not much there. In fact, he's going to be hit and knocked down behind the line of scrimmage by Marcus Spears. Adrian Karsten, what do you have for us?
Ron, I confirmed with head coach Mike Schuler shortly before kickoff that running back Ray Hudson will not play tonight. Now, this follows the charge of illegal marijuana possession that was filed on Wednesday. He was allowed to practice by law enforcement officials. There is no suspension, Schuler tells me, but his future is uncertain. The reason this is significant is he had over 6.5 yards per carry last week to spell Sean Williams. Williams going up against a starting defense that has not allowed a single touchdown yet this year, so he carries more of the mail tonight, Ron.
Well, there's no question about that. The starting defense has not yielded a touchdown all season long. Pressure from behind. Pass is thrown off the mark. And let's keep an eye on Brody Croyle. He is getting up okay as Cameron Vaughn came in and crashed down on him very, very rapidly.
I'll give you a statistic that the coaches gave me before the game. When Brody Croyle, watching him on tape, when they get a 4-man rush and zone coverage, he's 68% completion. That means he's very accurate quarterback. When pressure comes, blitz comes, he falls down to 32%. So what does that mean? LSU's is going to be smoking at him tonight.
Trying to light him up. You're exactly right. 3rd down, 14, and this is exactly where LSU wants the Crimson Tide to be. Blitz coming off the corner, going to go long down the near sideline, and the ball in and out of the hands of the receiver at the 48-yard line. Trying to get Lance Taylor, the senior out of Mount Vernon.
The other thing that happened on this is you see Lance Taylor coming down here. Brody Croyle, again, accurate. He had a chance to catch that football. Should have caught the football, Travis Daniels. But Brody Croyle, again, took a hit.
Bo Freeland kicking away to Skylar Green. Green has been in and out of the lineup because of injury, and the Tigers excited to get him back. Not a good kick. End over end, 45 at the 50, and it breaks the tackle, 40, 35, and he is on the way until Freeland, the punter, finally made the tackle, and this is going to be a second straight excellent field position.
Ron, this is one of the best punt return guys I've seen. Skylar Green is one of the best. Nothing here, and all of a sudden he's going to accelerate there and break the tackle, get down the football field, and set his offense in great field position. An electric punt returner.
Well, here's the numbers: 40 yards in a kick and 34 on the return. So LSU sets up shop, as you can see. Outstanding field position at the 23. Justin Vincent again operates at tailback. Mock will set deep in the pocket. Throws the ball. Got him open. Clayton. Touchdown. LSU. Charlie Pepper, he got one step on him on the inside, and I mean Mock did not make him slow down one iota. Perfect.
Charlie Pepper is the best corner, and he's going to go with the best receiver, and Michael Clayton just burning.
Chris Jaskin to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and he got it. We have not even played 6 minutes, and the LSU Tigers, third ranked in the country, trying to let everybody know here in Tuscaloosa that they are very deserving of that ranking. 10-0 Tigers.
With a 140 horsepower engine and responsive handling, we put the fun back into the compact car, the Saturn Ion. Finance the new 2004 Saturn Ion 1 with air conditioning and CD player for $179 a month. See your retailer for details. Philips digital widescreen TV. Life should be so real.
All right.
Thank you. Oh, boy. These burritos are a bit smaller than we expected.
We're hungry.
Maybe 10?
Yeah, 10 more. All right, this should do it.
That's good.
Did you order some?
Big breakfast burritos. Sonic's got them, others don't.
Time Magazine cheers Love Actually is an epic romantic comedy.
Would you excuse me for 1 second?
You'll leave the theater with your heart humming happily.
Brilliant.
2 thumbs up. Big thumbs up. Love Actually. Rated R. Now playing.
Who's rising? Who's shining? Who's next? ESPN the magazine. On newsstands now.
ESPN's College Football Saturday. Brought to you by Saturn, makers of the highly adaptable View, redesigned L Series, and the fun-to-drive Ion. And by Sonic. It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Well, it's a clear night here in Tuscaloosa. There were no tornadoes forecast, but one has come through here wearing the purple and gold of the LSU Tigers. Wow, that was one play, 23 yards in 6 seconds.
Get them all. Get them all there. Circle their heads. Good. All right. Ron, I tell you, LSU's complete. Their kickoff guys kicking the ball out of the end zone, punt returner, the offense and defense, all 4 units.
Yeah, this is Jackson. He's going to kick this one 9 yards deep, so that's 3 kickoffs. Alabama has yet to be able to return one. Alabama has only run 6 offensive plays, and they punted twice.
Michael Clayton. Charlie Pepper, not much of a hit on Michael Clayton to try to stun him and knock him off his route. Matt Mock sets up. Pass protection, perfect. Throw the post. Touchdown. When the LSU gets started now, 2:09-19 in the first half.
I tell you that holding the opponents to 19 first half points with the schedule that they had played. Kenneth Darby comes into the lineup at tailback, a redshirt freshman out of Huntsville for the Crimson Tide. And he will get the carry, tries to bounce it to the right side, and they will have a gain of almost 5 in the play as Marcus Spears is there along with Eric Alexander defensively.
Here's where you miss Ray Hudson when you want to alternate your tailbacks. Kenneth Darby's only had 22 rushing attempts this year, so but at this time of the season, you might as well call everybody a veteran.
Look at Ray Hudson. Sean Williams getting a breather right now. Brody Croyle got to find a way to move those sticks a little bit against this LSU defense. Tries to bounce it to the left. Going to be hit this time by Marquise Hill, and it'll be 3rd and long. Reese Davis, what do you have?
Well, Ron, we told you earlier, Larry Fitzgerald's extended his streak with a touchdown catch to 16 straight games. He's certainly not finished. Might as well catch another touchdown pass. Got 2 on the night. Well, let's give Rob Rutherford a little love, too. He's now thrown 29 touchdown passes this season. Pittsburgh up 14-10 in the backyard brawl. Trojans rolling over the hapless Wildcats 21-0.
I'll tell you what, speaking of really good wide receivers, that guy right there, Michael Clayton, number 14, who was out of Baton Rouge, by the way, an outstanding high school basketball player as well. Third down, they need to take it to the 30. They get the pass, there's your first down right there. And the crowd reacts as they get it to Trianda's Luke. And there's a flag down back where Brody Croyle was standing. It's going to be holding against Alabama.
Ron, they did pick up the blitzo. Trianda's Luke ran the right route. Brody Croyle threw the ball on time, but they held. So the ball's coming back.
Holding by the offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
One of the problems you have when you're Alabama is a small running back like Shawn Williams, who's only 5'9", 189. You try to get him in matchups, you're going to see him slide over. He's not big enough to take on this punishment every play on the pass protection.
Well, they had that first down to the 35. Now they're penalized back to the 16. They throw the screen out of the 20. And Tyrone Prothero, who was an outstanding freshman, scored a touchdown last week against Mississippi State. They're using him on returns. He made the catch, but he is short of the first down as Daniels was there to make the tackle. So again, Mike, it is going to be no first downs on a series, 3 straight, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And Skylar Green time here for LSU, the excellent punt returner. May go after this punt.
Freeland, low pass, gets his kick away, and this is a wobbly spiral, but he kicks it away from Green. It'll go out of bounds inside the 40 at the 36. So let's take a timeout. 6:50 left of the opening quarter. LSU 10-0.
The NFL's home stretch begins. Get set for Week 11.
That's what we're here for.
Countdown's got the Parcells and Belichick reunion covered. We'll talk to the Tuna about the turnaround and Big D.
He knows everything there is to know about football.
And preview the primetime showdown between the division leaders, Cowboys and Patriots.
Touchdown, Dallas!
Plus up-to-the-minute game reports from around the league. Sunday NFL Countdown presented by Old Spice at 11 a.m. Then later at 8:30, it's the Cowboys versus the Patriots on Sunday Night Football.
U.S. Agencies talks about car insurance.
Our goal is to provide the very best coverage for the best price.
Our customers buy directly from us, and that makes a big difference.
We've made buying car insurance fast, friendly, and affordable.
Buying direct from U.S. agencies could save you as much as 20%. U.S. agencies is changing the way people buy car insurance, and it's a change for the better.
It's easy. Give us a call, visit any location, or log on to usagencies.com.
He's put a lot of preparation into this moment. He sets up. Oh, he didn't see that one coming. But wait, he won't be denied. He's going for it. He may have it. Oh, let's see that again. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. He worked hard for that victory. Campus Federal, putting things within your reach.
And we are back 10-0 LSU. A couple of pretty fair country quarterbacks right there. Joe Willie Namath, he's going to come over in the second quarter and visit with us. And the Snake.
Yeah, Kenny Stabler. Both wore number 12, I believe.
Yep. Play action. Mock got a man. This is Clayton. Cuts it back at the 45, and he's slung down at the 47 by D'Amico Ryans. It's a 12-yard gain. And now, Mike, let's talk about the cushions that Joe Kynes and his secondary are giving them. If you pinch them, then do they fake the out and take it up?
Yeah, all of a sudden now you're getting the outs and you're getting the posts. They started off with the quick screens, then they tighten up a little bit. Now they hit one post and out. It's just a matter of time till they go phew,
over the top.
By you.
Jimbo Fisher, the offensive coordinator for the LSU Tigers, young fella that has made quite a mark since he has been in Baton Rouge as the offensive guy. Mock is 5 of 7, 71 yards, and here's a running play with Vincent. It'll take it across midfield and down to the 47.
Michael Clayton had a chance for 2 touchdown passes. First one I thought was thrown a little too hard here. Gets bumped, gets off his shoulder pad. I don't think he got his eyes on that one. This one, he gets his eyes, his hands, and everything else on it for the touchdown.
That time the linebacker was there, not there to pick him off first. And he ran clear and scored the touchdown. 3 receptions, 46 yards, an average of just over 15 per catch. Mock sets in the pocket. Flag is down, and knocked out of bounds is Skylar Green inside the 40. And now let's see what the...
I think Skylar was about 3 yards past the line of scrimmage when the ball was snapped.
Fine in Montreal, but not here in Tuscaloosa, right?
Skylar was trying to get... He sees all these guys catching the ball. He says, hey, I want to get out there too.
I want my numbers to go up. I'll tell you what, they have not done much wrong. We're at the 5:34 mark. So we'll repeat second down, and that erases that completion just a moment ago, and it'll be second down at about 10. 9.5 if you want to be really technical. 5 minutes, 34 seconds to play opening quarter. LSU has come in here, and the pace that they have set has been really, really quick. Mock sets, swings it out of the backfield, too high for Vincent, incomplete. And it was, in fact, a forward pass. It was close to being a backwards pass.
Ron, watch when LSU huddles up. They huddle up real close to the football. That's because they want to put pressure on Alabama. They want to get to the line of scrimmage right away, get set in their formation, so there's not a lot of time for adjustments by Alabama.
You and Adrian and I were talking during the timeout against Auburn down at Baton Rouge. They did not use this tactic.
Yeah, but they want as many plays as they can get tonight.
Joseph Adai checks into the ball game at tailback, number 10. He was an option quarterback in high school at Sharpstown in Houston. Sets in the pocket, Mock delivers, and the ball is dropped. It would have been short of the first down as they got it to Skylar Green. Couldn't hold on in the first punt of the night.
I'll tell you what's going through Nick Saban's mind right now. A little too easy here in the first quarter. And all of a sudden now we're starting to drop the ball, run off sides, and maybe let Alabama back in this thing. So he's going to be on that offense.
Brandon Brooks standing back waiting for the kick from Jones. And they came after him. Not a good kick. Makes the catch, fumbles the ball, and it looks as though that the Crimson Tide, yes, has recovered the football at the 16-yard line. Wow. Robinson comes down on the football to make the recovery. LSU so very close to getting that turnover. By the way, Mike, that last field position that they started with, which was the 36-yard line, was the worst that LSU has had all night long.
Yeah, their defense has played very well. The kickoff team pounds it out of the end zone, setting their offense up.
And again, Alabama takes over with very poor field position. In fact, this is the worst of the night at the 16-yard line. Croyle, play action, throws back into the boundary, has it complete, and there immediately to make the hit on pro throw. The defense just all over him quickly, and it was 13. It's Corey Webster, the junior out of Vacquerie, Louisiana. 10 career interceptions for him. And he is one of 12 semifinalists for the Thorpe Award.
And Ron, he has 3 interceptions this year, 7 passes broken up. He is a outstanding corner. And when you have great corners like LSU does, that allows you to blitz. Those guys are on the islands.
And guess what he played before he came over to defense? He's a wide receiver.
He knows those routes.
Yes, he does. Croyle, draw play, right up the middle. Just nothing doing as Shad Williams is going to be hit and shoved back by Lionel Turner, the junior out of Walker, Louisiana. But I'll tell you, this defense, you begin to see more and more why they've only given up 19 first-half points in the entire season.
And when you talk about this defense, They're only giving up 60 yards rushing in the open. I said Alabama's got to find a way to run the ball, because if you don't, Brody Croyle is going to be on his backside a lot tonight, because you can't just come out here and get one-dimensional against this defense.
Marquise Hill looking at him, big number 94, the junior out of New Orleans, 6'3", 299. From the shotgun on third down, pressure from behind. Croyle pulls up and throws the ball short, and he still gets knocked down very hard at the 13-yard line. And it was Randall Gay coming from his safety position who was coming on the blitz. And it's still another Alabama punt.
This is a patched up offensive line, number one. But when you can't run the ball and you get into all these long yardage situations, this is what's going to happen to your quarterback against good defenses. And who else is in? Skylar Green.
Mo Freeland waits for the snap. His last two kicks have not been picturesque. Gets a good pass, and here's his boot. This is a dandy. High, good coverage kick. But it's not going to be real far. And Green with a fair catch on the Alabama side of the 50-yard line. Well, tomorrow at 8:30 Eastern, it's ESPN Sunday Night Football. Bill Parcells and the Cowboys head to New England to take on Tom Brady and the Patriots. Cowboys and the Patriots Sunday night, 8:30 on ESPN, and available nationwide on ESPN HD. Of course, it all starts with NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite at 7:30 Eastern.
Iran, Bill Parcells has not won a Super Bowl without Bill Belichick. But he won. Bill Belichick won one with the Patriots without Bill Parcells. Two great coaches.
Yeah. Parcells has got Dallas playing extremely well. Hand off to Chiron Carey, another youngster who has been out of the lineup because of injury. Both he and Adai, and those three freshmen, they go up against Arkansas and Carey for 222 yards. But he is back in the lineup, and they're happy to have the veterans back.
And now, you know what that means, though? You got depth now at tailback, because those young guys been in key ball games, so you got almost 5 tailbacks that can play for you.
Chiron Carey comes to the sideline. You can see the coaches visiting with him. Obviously, was not perfect on running the play. But as we said, he hasn't been around in game action. Short drop, quick look-in pass. They've got it to Clayton, and he'll have the first down at the 35-yard line. And Reese Davis, let's go back to the studio with you.
All right, Ron, U.S. Postal Service going to take us down to Morgantown with a backyard brawl. 14-10 Pittsburgh lead. West Virginia's Quincy Wilson. It's already over 100 yards tonight. Mountaineers with a 3-point lead. Still early in the second quarter on ESPN2.
Okay. Interesting. Boy, the Mountaineers have played the upper echelon in that conference extremely well. And, of course, they knocked off Virginia Tech, barely lost to Miami. And now having a seesaw battle with Pittsburgh. Going for the end zone. This ball is overthrown. Monk's numbers 6 of 10 now intended for Michael Clayton, and they're going to throw a flag at the 16 interference.
Yeah, it's going to be on Charlie Pepper. You talked about it, Ron. Eventually, they're going to run the out and up. They did run the out and up. Ball's in the air when Charlie Pepper hit Michael Clayton. That's pass interference. Now, they're going to pick it up.
There is no penalty. The pass was not catchable.
Okay. Nick Saban saying it would have been catchable if he didn't hit him. He got turned up, but I think that ball was thrown way over the head of
I don't think there's any
Michael
question.
Clayton. No.
Yeah. Nick might also be saying, in Baton Rouge, that would have been catchable.
Yeah. He said, I've seen Michael Clayton make those catches.
He's also seen the Tiger home crowd intimidate folks. Play action. Defensive end staying at home, and that ball thrown incomplete. And now here comes a flag. Antoine Odom coming with the pressure, and he's going to be called for grounding.
7.5 sacks for Antoine Odom, right on top of Matt Mock.
Intentional grounding on the offense. Penalty is lost down at the spot of the foul. Third down.
The LSU coaches are hot right now because they feel like they've missed 2 calls there. They feel like there was a receiver out. This is a naked pass play, and Matt Mock threw it in the direction, I believe, of Michael Clayton. And again, good field position they've had, and they're not taking advantage of it.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage, the LSU Tigers, 3rd down and 26. Going to have to hurry. They go from the shotgun. Pressure coming on Mott. Boy, got a hole going on there, and the pass thrown complete, but the tackle made at the 46-yard line. Joseph Adai made the catch, and the flag has been thrown, and I think they're going to say that they were wrapped up on Anthony Bryant. You could see the tango going on as Mock was trying to run for safety.
And now I think they'll turn that down, Ron, get the football back.
Here's the play that the LSU coaches were upset about. Now, he did get it. The thing I wanted to see was he got it back across the line of scrimmage because he was not beyond the 5-yard barrier, but he did. But the officials deemed that there was no one close enough.
Again, a good drive stopper by the Alabama defense. Great field position for LSU. Only 10 points. They're leaving Alabama stay in this football game.
Donnie Jones, a senior out of Baton Rouge, stands to punt. The left footer very high end over end. And a fair catch is called for and made at the 13-yard line by Brandon Brooks. 34 yards on the punt, but again, look at where Alabama has to take over the football.
Their offense has not been able to sustain anything on the ground or in the air, but still only down 10-0. With all the bad field position they've had, only 14 yards on offense.
Mike, the troublesome thing, and I'm sure Coach Shula is thinking about this, what they got to get going. They haven't been across midfield yet.
No.
First down, you see they snap it at the 12.5-yard line. Shawn Williams comes back in at tailback. And they fake it to him. Coyle going to go long, far sideline, and it's just a little too tall. Triandus Luke is who he was looking for. Reese, let's go back to you.
All right, Ron, you want to see a little passing and catching? I got some from the #2 team in the land. USC already on top 21-0 over Arizona. Matt Leinart to Mike Williams. That's a fine grab over the DB of the Wildcats. The Trojans are rolling big, 28-0.
Wow, Mike, they got UCLA and then they got Oregon State.
Oregon State left. They've got 2 games after this one. Oregon State might give them the best battle. Of course, UCLA, and when you put UCLA and Minnesota together, anything can happen.
Well, that's true. Those traditional rivals. Draw play. Here's Shawn Williams, 15. It takes it out close to the 20-yard line. Longest gainer of the night as far as a running play by the Crimson Tide. LaRon Landry comes up to make the tackle.
And you know that LSU's defense all week has been looking at that tape. Last year, 300 yards rushing against LSU by Alabama. Alabama really did a great job last year, and they're trying to find a way to move it on the ground this year.
Well, you can see where the yellow line is. They need to take it to that 22.5-yard line to keep this drive going. Alabama 5 rushes for a total of 8 yards. Coyle deep in the pocket, going to try to run it, and he will be short of the first down. Tackle made by Vaughn and also Chad Lavallee.
On that play, Brody Croyle saw a drop zone. They didn't blitz him that time, but no one was open.
Well, we mentioned Lavallee. We had a chance to visit with him on the phone, Mike, this past Wednesday. He was the SEC Defensive Player of the Week in that after the ball game against Auburn, where he had 2 individual sacks and I know 2 tackles for a loss, but such quick feet and a very large human being. And you made the comment to him. He doesn't just play for a couple of quarters. He plays all 4.
No, he plays the whole game. He's 5th in the nation in tackles for losses with 17. He is a guy that you have to account for all the time.
5th punt of the night by the Alabama Crimson Tide. Let's see if Freeland was booming the ball out of the park at practice on Thursday. Let's see if he can duplicate what he did on that practice.
Ken Meyer, the former San Francisco head coach, was timing him down here. He was getting off 5.3 hang time in before the game. Bringing rain.
22 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. It's a good passer coming up the middle. Here's his boot. Not real long again. Wobbly spiral. Skylar Green makes the catch, and he's tackled immediately at the 45-yard line. Well, tomorrow on ESPN at 11 a.m. it's Sunday Night Countdown presented by Old Spice. Join Chris Berman in the game for week number 11 in the NFL. This week on Countdown, Bill Parcells, Tampa's fourth quarter defense, and Marcel Shep and Emmitt Smith. Seven seconds left in this opening quarter. Justin Benson, the freshman, back in at tailback, but they swing it out to Henderson. And Devery Henderson going to be hit with a nice open field tackle, and he'll be stopped for a short gain as that is the end of the first quarter. Charlie Jones was there to make the stop. So as we head to the second 15 minutes, LSU 10 and Alabama nothing. Let's pause for these messages. We'll be right back.
ESPN HD. Call your cable operator or satellite provider today.
With a 140 horsepower engine and responsive handling, we put the fun back into the compact car, the Saturn Ion. Finance the new 2004 Saturn Ion 1 with air conditioning and CD player for $179 a month. See your retailer for details.
Where's the line between you and everyone else? You sense it shifting, blurring, fading. So you question things. You think about things. You don't settle. You don't compromise. You don't want to buck the system. You just want to give it a little nudge. We get that. At Miller, we don't compromise either. It's why we cold filter Miller Genuine Draft for the fresh, smooth taste of draft beer. It's why we created the first light beer, the beer that's great tasting and less filling. Because at Miller, we believe there's good enough, and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call.
Over 1 million understand its strength. It can improve your energy, your shape. This is Bowflex Power Rod technology, and it can only be found on genuine Bowflex equipment, like the new Bowflex Extreme. Now you can get the results you want, the exercises you need, all at an affordable price. You've never seen this Bowflex before. Pick up the phone and call the number on your screen now to get a free video or DVD and check out the new Bowflex Extreme. You can have a high-performance body. Just look for real Bowflex Power Rod technology, proven effective at burning fat and building muscle. Now you can own the new Extreme for no money down and only $19 a month. The Bowflex Extreme is not available in stores. You know you're ready. Let Bowflex help you get there. Call now for a free video or DVD today, because your results matter.
Welcome back to Tuscaloosa. The defense of LSU getting a breather on the sideline, and Mike, they have just created havoc for the Crimson Tide offense in an entire first quarter.
Yeah, Alabama can't hang their hat on anything. They need a big play to get them out of the hole, to at least get them to midfield so they could do some things.
And again, LSU, because of the defense and the punting, they have the ball in great field position. This running play is going to go for very short yardage as Tatum will come over to make the tackle. Tonight's game track being brought to you by Pioneer. Skylar Green, as Mike said, he is a return machine. 40 yards in the kick and 34 on that return. Mock hits Clayton for 6 points here. And then Croyle, they have been all over Brody all night. He has not really had a chance to breathe. Joseph Adai checks into the lineup for the LSU Tigers at tailback. and he'll swing the ball out to him. This is a dive at the 45, breaks a tackle at the 50, and is close to the first down at the 45 as Derek Pope comes over to make the tackle. And it was Ramsey Robinson that he got by at midfield.
Yeah, you got to make those tackles, Ron. Ramsey Robinson had a shot at Joseph Adai, which would have been back about 4 yards back. Missed the tackle and let Joseph Adai get a little closer. 4th and 1. Nick Saban's seen enough of this. He's going to try to get a first down here. Doesn't want to give up this good field position.
Michael Clayton comes wide to the right, which of course is the bottom of the screen. Too tight in alignment for the Tigers.
Trying to draw him off.
And that gets a reaction from the Alabama Crimson Tide defense.
It's an interesting call for Nick Saban because his defense played so well and they've had such great field position. If he punts the football here, now he's got Alabama's offense back in the hole again. And there doesn't seem to be any way Alabama's going to get out. He's choosing to punt the ball unless he's going to fake it right here. He doesn't want to get the field flop right here if he doesn't make the 4th and 1. When you're in control, your defense is in control, these decisions are easy.
Well, these decisions are easy then because his defense has really been in control in the early part of this ball game. Total yardage 111 for the Tigers and a total of 13 for the Crimson Tide.
But Ron, the thing that keeps coming back to me is they haven't taken advantage of the good field position. To only have 10 points on the board right now and always starting around the 50-yard line.
Coyle throws in the sideline. Brandon Brooks is the deep man, and he has dropped off to the 10-yard line. Coach Saban with a 4th down and actually less than a yard, electing to go with the punt. Pooch very high. Brooks with a fair catch, and he makes it at the 20-yard line. So let's take a timeout. 26 yards in the kick. And the Crimson Tide offense headed for the field. Joe Willie. Well, he's going to come over in the booth here in this quarter and visit with us. A painting of him in the Bear Bryant Museum here on campus at Tuscaloosa. We'll talk with the famous number 12 in a moment.
And I don't even have that insurance.
What insurance, Santa?
The one that pays you cash if you're hurt and can't work.
Huh?
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Can you just sit down the toys?
If only the world were as race-inspired. The 6-speed, 200 horsepower Acura RSX Type S.
Jack? Is that you? Man, you look fantastic. What the heck you been doing?
Eating chicken.
The secret's out. One original recipe chicken breast has just 11 grams of carbs and packs 40 grams of protein. So if you're watching carbs and going high protein, go KFC. And now get a 12-piece bucket of kitchen fresh chicken for just $9.99.
Chicken? Chicken.
For a fresh way to eat better, you got a KFC what's cooking.
So welcome back to Tuscaloosa. 13 minutes, 21 seconds left until halftime in what has been a very fast-moving first half here on Thank You Seniors Night. 30 of them here for the Crimson Tide.
Ron, I believe first down's the best passing down for Brody Croyle. Play action pass or just throwing the ball on first down. You don't want to get in a long yardage situations with this defense.
Croyle gives it off to Sean Williams, turns the corner, gets a block. Has 5, has 10, and counted off at 13 yards. LaRon Landry finally with a stop. Longest gainer with a run tonight. Reese, let's check with you.
Do not divert your eyes from the television set. Larry Fitzgerald against West Virginia. This is, I don't know if I have the proper adjective. Look at that. In double coverage, he's over 100 yards for the 13th time in his career. That ties the Big East record. Rutherford finds Chris Wilson. Pittsburgh's up by 4 in the backyard brawl. What a player.
Kenneth Darby comes in at tailback for the Crimson Tide. That's McLean in motion, and they give it to Darby. Hit in the backfield. Wow, does he get wrapped up by Alexander. Eric Alexander, a senior out of Port Arthur, middle linebacker, hit him, spun him around, and then Marquise Hill was there to help out as well.
Ron, a good front four, and then Eric Alexander and the linebackers, Lionel Turner and Cameron Vaughn. Very good group of tackling linebackers.
I know we're still early in this football game, but it starts to get frustrating if you're a running back and don't have any more open area to move in than that. Here comes a blitz. Quick pass, got it out there complete, and the receiver fell down at the 38-yard line. Triandos Luke. Travis Daniels was out there with him, but he caught it, trying to turn it upfield to pick up the first down. It'll wind up being a gain of about 5.5.
Here's what happens to the quarterback when you have a blitz on. He's going to take a hit. And LSU wants to down him as much as they can. Triandos Luke with a great pattern. Little hairpin route there where he took it outside.
Third down, and he got to take it, Mike, to the 42.5-yard line. 0 of 5 on third down conversions tonight. LSU drops off. Pass complete out in the flat. That is Fulgham, and they're not going to have the first down. Shoved out of bounds right there in front of the LSU bench by Daniels and also Randall Gay.
Yeah, good job tackling in the secondary by LSU to keep them from getting that first down. Still bringing the heat on Brody Crow.
Now, this is hard to believe. We still have 11:17 to play in the second quarter. This is the 6th punt of the night.
I don't think they've had a first down or one first down. One first down.
Just one. Very high. Spiral's going to turn over, and this kick will take an Alabama bounce and go out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. So nice punt right there. Take a break. 10-0 LSU.
48 microprocessors for speed, voice recognition for ease, and satellite tracking in case of theft or emergency, or if you just want a good seafood restaurant. The technologically advanced Acura RL, whether you measure it in horsepower or gigabytes.
Where does reality end and pure vision begin? A Pioneer plasma display can deliver more than 1 billion colors, taking high-definition television to a whole new level. Pure vision. Sound, vision, soul. Pioneer.
ESPN Full Court, you'll get more than 450 additional games of college basketball. To order, call your local cable company, DirecTV, or Dish Network.
ESPN's College Football Saturday. Brought to you by Acura. Experience the performance today at your local Acura dealer. And by Pioneer Plasma Displays, taking high-definition television to a whole new level.
Well, the new head coach, and from that we segue to the championship of 1964. The gentleman who is standing between Mike Gottfried and myself right now is very proud of that banner right there. Joe, we're going to get one play in here real quickly, and then I want to get you to talk about returning to Tuscaloosa and all your great memories. As Clayton makes a completion at the 25 and takes it up to the 26-yard line. Is this one of those things where 3 or 4 times a year, if you get the opportunity, you literally, I mean, this is home. I know you grew up in Pennsylvania, but this is home.
I love it. The friends, the people here, that's what makes it. You know, when I came here from Pennsylvania and I met these people, over the years we developed a friendship, and it's been wonderful. My daughter's fallen in love with the place, and she may end up here at the university.
Do you feel, you played for the man, do you feel the ghost of, or the presence, I guess we should say, of Coach Bryant in the stadium?
Yes, yes, yes. You feel it. You feel it. You feel him all over town. It's not just in the stadium, you know, and he's still a topic, a major topic of conversation. People, memories, talk about Coach Bryant, compare things to Coach Bryant, you know, and he's with us. He's never going to go away.
Allie Broussard there, one of the freshmen for LSU, close to the first down.
Brody Croyle, he hasn't had much time tonight to throw the football. Your evaluation of him?
Well, you know, if it had been real hot, we'd have had a couple of plays, had a couple guys open early on, but you're right on. Of course, Mike, pressure has been on him. This LSU team is good. They're good, and they're impressing me. I've seen them play several times this year. They're a good team, and we've got to play our best to stay in the hunt.
Second down and short right here, and we'll get back with Joe after they run this play right up the middle, and that's Broussard again, and he's a bruiser. Joe, I know it is still very early, and young Mike Shula has been here only a short time, and you said you got to visit with him yesterday. You like what he's doing, where the program is, and where it's going?
More importantly, all the players and the people that live here certainly like it. Mike, I've known for several years. You know, he was a player here as well. And, of course, we know he comes from a pretty good background of coaching as far as the family goes. So I believe he's inherited some qualities that his father has, and I think he's going to be a sensational head coach. He's starting out, he's been in coaching, but he'll be sensational.
First down here in mock play action. Got him over the middle, and here's Clayton. Going to be hit from behind and knocked down at the 40. We'll take a look at a replay here.
Joe, take this replay there. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, well, one thing, pass protection is outstanding for LSU right here. There's not much you can do with a man running across the field in his own coverage. He's wide open. The key is the pass protection to begin with, and LSU's offensive line has been doing a great job all day long.
How about Matt Mock, the LSU quarterback, your evaluation of him?
Oh, man, I saw him early in the year, and I said, who is that guy? I didn't know he was that good. Jeez, and I've seen him several games now. He can do it all.
He's got confidence, Joe.
And ability. You know, I love the way he moves around, the way he throws the football. Hey, you know, we're talking about Mike becoming a great coach. Shula, as you guys know, you got to have some players, too.
Or the snap, movement by the offensive line. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
We've been struggling because of some past problems, and I tell you, I think these guys that have stayed at Alabama, the seniors, the juniors that have gone through this transitional period that we're having, need to be commended for upholding the tradition or sticking. They're here. You know, a lot of these kids could have left. Some did.
And it's a great point.
And when Mike gets his players right now, you're going to see something.
Going to go for the shotgun this time following the penalty. And he'll go with the running play to Broussard, and he'll pick up almost the 5 yards back. One final question. We'll let you go over and sit and enjoy this football game there. There's a guy who's got a lot lighter hair than you do, who's sitting real close to you over there doing the broadcast, who was a fair to middling quarterback here in Tuscaloosa as well. Do you converse with Snake from time to time?
I do. I love him, and I tell you what, if I had a Hall of Fame, he'd be in it. I know that. You talk about one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. Kenny Stabler, you want on your team every day, man, I promise you.
One more play, and I do have one more question because I know people want to know what's keeping you busy in this day and time. This is the screen to Clayton. They throw it back into the boundary, and wow, does he take a shot. What are you doing now, Joe?
Well, I'm doing a lot of things, basically trying to keep up with my 18-year-old daughter, and my other daughter is going to be 13. And, you know, trying to be reasonable with them and trying to stay on the same page is next to impossible. I don't know if you guys have had daughters or not, but anyone out there, help me, you know, help.
I've had 2 daughters, Joe. You need help. I needed it, too.
This is what I'm saying, Mike.
Third down. They need to take it just inside the 30. Muck under pressure. Steps up, going for the end zone, and it's picked off by Charlie Pepper. Charlie Pepper Pepper back up the sideline, and look at this crowd. We got a standing ovation for the defense as they thwart LSU for the first time tonight.
Well, we needed that.
Hey, thanks for coming by. Joe, good luck to you.
I think Matt Mock made a mistake on this, Ron. He didn't get enough on it. He tried to get the home run here as former baseball catcher. He tried to get a home run, underthrew it. Charlie Pepper with a good return.
This was named within the booth as the interception was thrown. So we appreciate Broadway Joe coming by and spending some time with us. Alabama, play action. Brody Croyle going to have to hurry. Boy, is he catching some heat. And he's just going to throw this one away on the far sideline. Marcus Spears was coming pell-mell. He was all over him. Mike, you can't say enough for this LSU football team, and particularly this defense. And I don't mean to beat a dead horse, but these kids have just become a force that they dominate.
That's a pretty good horse you're beating there. But Marcus Spears, great high school basketball player. But, Ron, you talk about the defense. Alabama's only one play from getting right back in this thing. They're in it.
Short drop, quick-looking pass, incomplete. Trying to throw to Lance Taylor, and Taylor couldn't hold on as the ball maybe a little bit behind him, and he went sliding down.
Brody Croyle has been under pressure this entire night from the time the national anthem was done. Here's the first play of the game, and then they bring him from all over. They knocked him down continuously. Here he just runs, tries to throw the football under pressure.
And Mike, it goes back to the number that you gave, and you might even repeat it, of how good he is when he does not get pressure, and how good when he does, or how well he does when he's not. Here's pressure, and he's got to be sacked back inside the 30-yard line by Melvin Oliver.
Ron, that number is this. When Brody Croyle on tape, when they broke him down under zone coverage, four-man rush, he's 68% completion percentage because he's very accurate. When people blitz him, he's 32%, so you know you're inviting the blitz.
So Freeland, his 7th punt of the evening. That's a season high, and we're still in the first half. Here's the boot. Spiral is not going to turn over and is going to come out of bounds. And boy, now the crowd is beginning to boo because that punt right there barely over midfield. We'll take a break. Still 10-0 Tigers.
If only the world were as race-inspired. The 6-speed, 200-horsepower Acura RSX Type S.
Family is important to me. When my grandfather started Barbera Chevrolet in 1926, almost 80 years ago, he passed down a simple philosophy to all of us. Keep it simple and treat the customer like family. That's what you get at Barbera's. No hassle, good prices, great service. Just country kindness. We want your business, but we also want you to join our family. So before you buy, come see us so I can keep up our 80 years of family tradition of just keeping it simple.
Folks know great barbecue when they taste it. After all, it's a Southern tradition. And nobody knows more about that tradition than Podna's Barbecue. Now you can enjoy the savory taste of Podna's anytime or anywhere. Just call their catering hotline to have delicious Podna's Barbecue delivered directly to your business or special event. From small investment firms to large power plants and job sites. No group is too small, no event is too big, and travel is never a problem. Podna's Barbecue. It just doesn't get any better than this.
Well, welcome back to tonight's Aflac Trivia question. What Alabama player finished the highest in the Heisman vote? That answer coming up a little bit later on.
I think I know that one, too.
Could be a future winner right there. Again, LSU takes over with excellent field position. They have it just short of the 45. Here comes a blitz by Alabama. They pick it up, swings it out. Got it complete to Benson, turns the corner, and is shoved out of bounds just as he crosses midfield.
Dominic Lee had a chance for the tackle, couldn't bring him down. Ron, I think that Heisman Trophy, the highest guy wore number 2, but I want to go back to what Joe Namath said about Kenny Stabler. I think he's past the first vote now. He's down to like 35 guys on this vote. So he could make the Hall of Fame this year, which would be great. He deserves to be in there.
Yep. Short drop by Monk, gets it out to Clayton, hit immediately by Pepra, and is going to be pushed back. He's not going to have the first down. It'll be 3rd down.
Alabama's defense, we talked about LSU's defense. Ron, this Alabama defense has been up for the challenge tonight also. They got stung early by a couple scores, a field goal and a touchdown pass to Clayton.
Horrible field position.
Great job, yes.
The 34-yard punt return on a 40-yard punt, and they scored on the first down. That's 5 tackles for Pepra, by the way, in this first half. He has been busy. The total yards straight ahead with the handoff, and I believe he'll have the first down. Derek Pope steps up to make the tackle, and Reese Davis, let's check with you.
Well, Ron, it's not all about Larry Fitzgerald. There are other guys who make some big-time catches in the backyard brawl. West Virginia down 7 to Pittsburgh. Rasheed Marshall going up for John Pennington. What a great fingertip grab to tie the brawl at 24. That's going on over on ESPN2. The Trojans are at the half, and they've dropped 35 on Arizona.
Wow. Handling the Cats in the desert. 1st and 10. They scrimmage from the 44-yard line of Alabama. Monk faked it, goes out on top. Holding is going to be holding Devery Henderson, being grabbed with the jersey by Anthony Madison.
Wise move, Ron. The way college rules are, we all know that. It's going to come back here and be a penalty, but Anthony Madison was beaten. Devery Henderson had him. 9 was on 9. 9 held 9. They're talking about was a catchable ball again, but that's holding.
But holding, yeah, different situation. So here comes the step off, and it will be a 1st and 10. The ball just inside the 35-yard line.
He mugged him.
Good pump by Monk.
He's got his hands all over it, both of them. Alabama's defense, if they could come up big one more time here and hold LSU out.
Craig Davis, Skylar Green split wide to the left on this play, and they go with the running play to Broussard, and Ali Broussard will be tripped up at the 30 and goes down to the 29. 4.5 minutes left until halftime. D'Amico Ryans is the man who got a hand on him. We talked about D'Amico and how well he has played this year. Mike, probably most important for parents and kids out there that are thinking about continuing and being able to play on a college level. D'Amico not only has set the bar high on the field, also in the classroom. He's an academic All-American. And the kids say very, very quiet. And regardless if it's a night before the game or not, if he's got a test, he spends a lot of time studying. Quick pass, got it out in the flat, and a nice open field hit on Skylar Green to keep him from taking it onto the end zone at the 20-yard line.
Just to add what you said is we were talking to Roman Harper, and he said on the homecoming win, the coaches told him, they said, now you won the homecoming game, don't go out and celebrate, don't get out of bounds. And they said, don't have to worry about D'Amico. He's going back to his room and study for an exam on Monday. That's what you want. And that's what you find. When guys do the right thing on and off the field, you're going to win.
Joe Kine said he is an absolute joy to coach because he knows what to do on the field and takes care of business in the classroom. The numbers on Monk: 14 of 21, 136 yards and a touchdown. That one to Clayton. And he'll go with Broussard. Tries to bounce it outside, gets by one tackler, and he'll fight his way to the 18-yard line, I believe. and it's going to be second down LSU.
Broussard has given him a little bit more punch in the running game since he's come on. 6'2", 235. He gives a little bit more lean.
Not quite as tall as Tofield, but he reminds me of Tofield the way he runs with shoulders low and squared.
Yeah, Nick Saban said he didn't surprise me when we put him in. We couldn't tackle him in practice.
Justin Benson comes in replacing Broussard. Short drop, got a pass. That's Clayton. It'll be first and goal at the 5.5-yard line as Charlie Peppra trying desperately to knock the pass away, and he couldn't. That is 6 tackles for Peppra here in the first half.
But Charlie Peppra at the end of the day is going to say Michael Clayton may be the best receiver I've gone against, because usually Charlie Peppra gets the best receiver on the team. He saw a lot of good receivers in the Oklahoma game, but almost all the players we talked to said this team, LSU, they faster than Oklahoma.
Clayton over 100 yards as they go straight ahead. Vincent, he'll take the pile with him a couple more yards. Antoine Odom making the stop, and he'll be stopped at the 3.5.
And were you surprised by the players when they were talking about LSU? They said, hey, they may be faster than Oklahoma, and I think they think they're as good as Oklahoma. Now, Oklahoma, the only close call they've had this year is this bunch, Alabama.
9th play of the drive coming up. Kevin Stelz checks in into the backfield. Number 44, play action, and he'll throw it for the end zone. Edwards, the tight end, touchdown LSU. Well, we haven't seen him, but Edwards is the guy that Mike talked about all night in the Auburn game, saying he really likes his catching ability, and it looks as though that Naughton McKay Lozier is shaken up. He came out of the game holding that arm earlier, and he's going to come back to the bench as the trainers have met him about halfway.
Ron, Eric Edwards has receiver hands. 14 catches.
And Mock threw it as perfectly as you can throw it. Boy, he's been hot, we said, in the last 3 games. Look at these numbers. 16 of 23, 150, 2 touchdowns, and the interception by Peppra. So Jackson with the extra point knocks it home, and we'll take a breath here with 2:03 left in the second quarter. And a new score, LSU 17, Alabama nothing. Right back.
What's the secret of success?
You start with an insight, a vision,
an indicator. There is no secret.
No secret.
It's 1% inspiration,
Followed by midnight oil.
Lots of elbow grease.
determination,
Sheer, stubborn,
Relentless.
determination.
where there's a will.
There's always a way.
Provided, of course, you know what you're doing.
I don't know anyone.
Who's better trained than we are?
You want results?
Come prepared.
Stay late. Smith Bargain. This is who we are.
This is how we earn it.
Men don't like to shave. It hurts. What with the stinging, the redness, the pain. They'd rather do other things like light their shorts on fire or eat dirt. Easy, fellas. Nivea soothes the pain of shaving. Nivea for Men Aftershave Balm has moisturizers and vitamins to soothe and actually improve your skin. Hey, look at you. Now that wasn't so bad. Nivea for Men, more evolved skincare.
If you don't use fuel to clear your head, if you've never had a Sunday ride extend through Tuesday, if the only thing that wanders is your mind, get out of the way. The all-new Suzuki SV1000S.
This is a play where the defensive lineman is man for man on the tight end. McKay Lozier right here is man for man on the Eric Edwards, the tight end. He breaks back. This ball has to be perfectly thrown. And then I think McKay Lozier got his wrist caught up under Eric Edwards.
Yep.
Right wrist.
Sure did, as the headgear came down and the face mask on it. And that's the reason he came off the field with the help of the trainers. So Jackson to kick it off. And this one, a spinner. It's going to be short, and they're going to let it bounce, which is a mistake. Freshman 10-yard line, not going to make it back to the 15. Yep, still juking around. Now he has it across the 20, out to the 28-yard line is Prothro. But when Prothro gets to the sideline, I think you'll be told, young man, catch that ball in the air, don't let it bounce. Well, the answer to tonight's Aflac Trivia question, what Alabama player finished the highest in Heisman voting? And that was David Palmer, third in 1993.
Remember, the deuce is loose. He was loose a lot.
Yep, wide receiver. Also, they lined him up at quarterback and run that sweep. Brody Croyle. He has seen a lot of white jerseys in the vicinity quickly tonight in his first half. Steps up, wanting to go long, and throws it out in the flat. Sean Williams had about 10 yards in front of him, and Brody couldn't pull the trigger to the exact spot.
This crowd just wants one play on offense. They're living and dying on every play. You see the graphic on the first downs. Everything covered deep. Sean Williams open, just overthrew the football.
Well, the average gain on first down, LSU 6.3, Alabama 1.4.
What happens, Ron, you start to press a little bit because nothing's going right. Now you're starting to press, trying to make something happen.
Draw play with Sean Williams, and he just disappears into the pile. Cameron Vaughn comes over to make the tackle. Now, you'll hear groans from the crowd on a play like that, but you got to be able to run the ball a little bit, and that's what Alabama's trying to do. But their average per carry is hardly over 1, if there.
I think you're going to see LSU call a timeout after this play if they don't get the first down. LSU's got 2 timeouts left. They got a great punt returner. They got a quick strike offensive team. They could get another score here if they don't get a first down.
The numbers actually on rushes, 10 for 14 yards for Alabama. From the shotgun, here comes blitz. Pressure up the middle. Croyle gets his pass, got it complete. That's Luke. Luke has the first down and steps out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Pushed out by Jesse Daniels and Reese. Let's check back with you.
All right, Ryan, coming up on the Pontiac High Performance Halftime Report, Trev and Mark will join me. We will examine what's going on the day in the SEC. Also, we'll have a little Texas two-step and check in on the shootout in the backyard brawl.
We'll talk about the game of the day in the Big Ten, Purdue and Ohio State. How do the Buckeyes keep finding a way, Mr. May?
And I'll tell you if USC can give Oklahoma a run for their money in the Nokia Sugar Bowl.
We'll see all of that when you check in with us in Pontiac High Performance Halftime Report.
Okay, here's Croyle with the throw. Got this one complete, and that's Fletcher. And Fletcher got away on a similar play at Mississippi State last week and broke it for the long touchdown. And they got single coverage and well-thrown ball.
Now, all of a sudden, now Alabama going to the empty backfield, trying to spread LSU out and having some success. So I would expect Mike Shula to come back with this in the second half.
49 seconds showing on the clock. 4 wide receiver set, Alabama. Tigers coming with the blitz. They missed one of those guys. Pass, oh my goodness, Trianis Luke was wide open. The closest guy to him was about 5 yards behind him, and that's Jack Hunt, who is the strong safety.
Yeah, here's the blitz coming off the corner, and again, Brody Croyle is going to get bumped by Chad Lavallee. And you're standing back there and you can't see, first of all, and everybody's collapsed your pocket. The offensive line's got to get together at halftime, and also the receivers and the blitz rules for Alabama.
LSU, they're coming with the same blitz. This time they pick it up. Croyle runs around it. He's got nobody ad-libbing downfield to help him out. He just has to throw it away. His receivers got bunched in the middle, and Croyle is say, hey, fellas, I'm running for my life here. Give me some assistance.
No, you're right, Ron. And now you always teach the receivers. When a quarterback is rolling, all of a sudden now he starts to go this way. You got to go that way. You got to come to the quarterback. You can't let him throw across your body, his body. You got to come to him, make it an easier throw.
And you made it easier for the defense because you had 2 guys right there in a very, very small area. Third down. 3rd and 10. 35 seconds left until halftime. Blitz again, pass a little hard, incomplete, looped the intended receiver, and boy, Croyle went down hard. Jesse Daniels was in coverage as
Lionel
you take a look.
Turner,
Yep.
Ron, he is going to belt Brody Croyle again. Alabama going to take a timeout here and talk about this fourth down.
So we'll take a break. 30 seconds showing on the clock. LSU Tigers 17-0.
One idea becomes a vision. The vision becomes a company. At LSU, we're helping new companies bring their technologies into the marketplace. From the latest software solutions for first responders to the molding of high-precision micro tools. The Louisiana Business and Technology Center at LSU, one of the top 10 technology business incubators in the nation.
So welcome back to Tuscaloosa. Ron Franklin, Mike Gottfried, Adrian Karsten. And Mike, you were talking during the timeout about maximum protection. One of the problems Alabama has is they only got one healthy tight end, and he's not 100%. Cavitta's out for the year. Clint Johnson is not dressed tonight. So Donald Clark is the only one that they've got.
You keep the tight end in block, and that gives you maximum protection.
Fourth down. 10 yards for the first. Here comes pressure again. The ball is tipped and is going to be intercepted by LSU at the 33-yard line. Chad Lavallee will come up with the interception, and it was Jack Hunt who tipped the ball.
They're going to be able to talk about all the blitzes they've seen in the first half, because you're going to see more in the second half. Jack Hunt does a good job. Lavallee, as you said, makes the interception. Here comes Hunt, unblocked.
Well, they got 22 seconds showing on the clock, and that offense out on the field very quickly. And they'll go with the running play to Vincent right up the middle, and he'll take it to around the 40-yard line, and that should be the final play of the first half.
Alabama going to take it. No, LSU taking the timeout. As good as they are on offense, Ron, I'd still throw the ball down the field. I think in the second half you're going to see Nick Saban, Will Muschamp draw up some more blitzes. They're going to keep coming. Alabama's got to find an answer. They get first downs, their best shot at throwing the football. They had some success with the empty set and 4 wide receivers, and they moved the ball a little bit, but anytime LSU comes after them, they're coming unblocked.
Total yards, LSU 212 in the first half, 65 for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And most of that, of the 65, actually came on that last series a moment ago.
And you're fortunate to still be in the game, only down 17-0 with those stats. I mean, no offense in the first half. No big plays.
Well, in case you missed it in the early part of the telecast, LSU has allowed only 19 first half points this year. The number one defense has not given up a rushing touchdown this year, and they are shutting out Alabama with 14 seconds on the clock here in Tuscaloosa. And they have the football. Draw play, Vincent right up the middle, and he'll have the first down as he's ridden down at the 47 by Clark. So the chains move and the clock is stopped momentarily, and now it would appear that LSU is going to head to the locker room and let this one run down. 2 seconds down to 1, and we are at halftime. It has been all LSU Tigers in this first 30 minutes of play. Adrian Karsten down on the sideline. Who do you got?
Mike Shula, what can you do to control the blitz?
Well, they've done a great job. First of all, we got to do a better job on early downs. We know that they're a good team on second and third and long, and if you go out there with 4 wides, they're going to bring one more guy than you can protect. We're trying to get the ball out. We missed a couple opportunities early, but that starts on early downs. We got to do a better job first and second down when we're throwing it. We haven't done a good job throwing it and catching it. And then when we got to run the football, we got to, there's a lot of guys up there, but we still got to be able to run it.
So watch for your adjustments. Thank you, Coach.
Okay, all right.
Ron.
Okay, Adrian, our halftime score, LSU 17-0. Now here's Reese Davis with the Pontiac High Performance halftime report. Reese.
Ron.
Saturday night, revenues are renegade. We're on a mission to mass submission. The brigade, you deserve. Tonight, we shout it out loud. Saturday night, Saturday night, Saturday night. We gotta do it right.
Well, Saturday night, we got to do it right. That actually is the story of the LSU Tigers in the first 30 minutes of play here in Tuscaloosa, because Mike Gottfried, it has been everything right, virtually so. They did throw one interception and another opportunity to score. I heard a lot of versions of what people saw at the first half, but the bottom line is defensive pressure and what that defense has done to wreck the Crimson Tide offensive attempts.
Yeah, they've really pressured Brody Croyle the entire night. He has not been able to get anything off. You see him, he gets hit from the blind side to back. He gets hit up inside. They come from all over, and he's just running for his life and not able to complete the passing game that he needs. And unless they can block for him a little bit better in the second half. Plus, he has taken a beating here in the first half.
He really has. Tonight's halftime stats brought to you by the BMW X5.
I think when you look at this, 14 yards rushing, nobody's run against LSU. Shad Williams averages 114 per game, and so he's got 17 yards in the first half. Michael Clayton's got 9 pass receptions.
Robinson to kick it off for Alabama. Henderson, that's Green. It lets you get through his feet. 5-yard line, back to the 10. And he's going to take it up the sideline and find a little daylight. So he got off the hook there. That could have been a disastrous start for this third quarter. Tonight's game track being brought to you by Pioneer. LSU with constant pressure on Brody Croyle. Alabama, plenty of punts, a record in the first half. Mock 2 touchdown passes, this one to Edwards, his tight end. It's amazing that the Green was able to bring that thing out 17 yards after fumbling it at the 5. There's Clayton with another reception. Defensively, Pepper makes the tackle. Ball comes loose. Alabama has it.
That's the break this Alabama offense needs to get good field position. Michael Clayton with his 10th catch against Pepper. See what happens. He just didn't bring it inside his body. Charlie Pepper with a great effort to get that football.
Boy, was it ever, because that thing was about 2 inches from the sidelines. You'll see it right here. This is a great angle, and he gathers it in and keeps it from going across that sideline stripe. Best field position for Alabama all night. Sean Williams, nothing up the middle. He is going to be hit and shoved back. That's Kyle Williams, who will push him back. And let's check on the sideline, Adrian Karsten.
A couple of thoughts on pass coverage as far as the Crimson Tide is concerned. Number 90, Naughton McKay Lozier. We saw him injure his wrist down here in the end zone. They said possibly a break. He said, no, don't even x-ray it, so they're just going to call it a bad sprain. He is active. Intelligent for him, very important for the Crimson Tide because they need all the help that they can get in pass coverage. Coach Saban tells me we have a big advantage in height, speed, and size when we try to throw the ball. That's what their game plan is, Ron.
Well, just what they did in the first half. Sets deep in the pocket. Croyle now going to run. 2 touchdown passes. This one to Edwards, his tight end. No blockers there. And that void closed up very quickly as Chad Lavallee makes the tackle.
And Chad Lavallee, now, most of the time, LSU is #1 in sacks in the SEC. They get their sacks with pressure by the blitz. Chad Lavallee makes the play on that. Alabama's #2 in sacks. They get it from their front four. But LSU comes at you with so many blitzes.
Brandon Green, number 81, goes wide to the right. He'll be at the top of your screen. 4 wide receiver set. Croyle thrown incomplete. That bounced and he caught it at the 21, and it was Brandon Greer that we were just talking about. He's out of Rainbow City, Alabama, which is where Brody Croyle is from.
Ron, both these teams have not done a good job on third down conversions. Alabama's 1 of 10 now. LSU's only 1 of 6. That ball skipped. Mike Shula trying to get some points on the board.
Brian Bostic to attempt this field goal, and this is going to be from 46 yards. From this range, he's 6 of 9 in his career. Good pass, plenty of distance. And he yanked it wide left. So the fumble by Clayton is not going to cost the LSU Tigers anything right now. So we'll take a timeout. 13:07 to play, third quarter. And our score remains LSU 17-0.
Has 70% more, and they come in a box. Go Box!
Time Magazine cheers Love Actually is an epic romantic comedy.
Would you excuse me for 1 second?
You'll leave the theater with your heart humming happily.
Brilliant.
2 thumbs up. Big thumbs up. Love Actually. Rated R. Now playing.
Okay, boys, take your positions. Roger that. Looks like we're taking the scenic route. Okay, back right, you've got some water. I'm on it. Front right, you've got ice. 2 o'clock. Got it. Okay, giant mud patch in 3, 2. Man, I love this job.
The new BMW X5 with X-Drive. A revolutionary new all-wheel drive system that watches over you, shifting power where you need it, when you need it.
You gotta stop right there. Good girl.
Today, I'm giving my daughter her first driving lesson. I'm Howard Simpson, auto insurance expert for Liberty Mutual. Teenagers are more likely to have an accident than anyone else. That's why I volunteer to teach kids road safety long before they get their license.
Let's go, let's go.
Whether it's teaching kids in high school or training professionals, we do whatever it takes to make roads safer.
Liberty Mutual. It's more than insurance. It's insurance in action.
You're never too old to learn.
College football is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It's not all about winning games. It's about having a real college life and making new friends and meeting new people. And coming back for my senior year, I got a bunch of buddies who are going to be with me this season. It's a great program. It's fun. The fans are into it. I really just wanted another year to experience a college life. NCAA football, a lifetime of opportunity.
Bostic on the sideline, who just missed that field goal attempt for the Alabama Crimson Tide. They got the fumble recovery from Clayton, but were able to move only 3 yards and in the missed field goal. LSU will run it. Bounces it outside out of the 40, and Justin Vincent is going to take it to about the 42-yard line. Niswanger with a very good block, and it's a gain of 14 on the ground.
Justin Vincent's first start was against South Carolina, rushed for 77 yards. Jimbo Fisher said after all the tapes are looked at, he's the most productive running back in the game.
Mike, it has to make a difference, and you would know this better than anybody. He was there in the spring and has more practice time than any of the freshman running backs. And that's when Skylar Green going to be hit and knocked out of bounds. But again, great success on first down for LSU.
Yeah, go back to what you said. When you're a freshman and you can get there in spring ball, the light bulb goes on. When you're a freshman and come in the fall, the school starts, you lose, you get set back, but when you're in spring ball, you just got so much, you're so much ahead of the game.
Alec Broussard, also a freshman. He's out of Lafayette. He came in with the rest of the freshmen in August. Going to be a very powerful and productive running back for the LSU Tigers. Here goes Vincent, bounces it to the outside, has the first down, and is tackled by Roman Harper.
Talked about the freshman running backs. Here's what they've done this year, and they've given LSU and Nick Saban depth. You look at the touchdown runs, total of 8 by those 3.
So first down for the LSU Tigers at the 45-yard line. Vincent goes back to the sideline. And it was Barrington Edwards who was standing behind him. He also is a freshman out of the state of Maryland. Pumped it once, going to come near side to Clayton. Caught the ball, but he caught it out of bounds. Wow, what an athletic move. Charlie Pepper was over there on the cover. That old expression, he's going to sleep well tonight. They have been all over Charlie. And the thing is, he's their best.
Now, Charlie's done a good job. Michael Clayton shows you what kind of an athlete he is right there. I thought that was a catch. I thought his foot came down. That was a great effort by Michael Clayton. You're right, Pepper, they've gone after him.
Broussard will check into the ball game, check his feet.
Another look here. Yeah, I think he came down out of bounds.
Yep. Long quarterback draw has 5, 10, 15, and he'll step out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And it was Michael Clayton who was had such a great night receiving, who was out there blocking for his quarterback on that play.
And a surprise call by Nick Saban and the offensive staff, because Matt Mogg has not run the football tonight. All of a sudden you give him the football, and you're right, Michael Clayton might be one of the toughest receivers in the country.
Well, another thing is Matt Mogg, since he broke the foot last year down in Florida, has not been running nearly as much as he did last year, his sophomore season. Quick pass to Green, and he gets turned 360. The hit by Robinson, and a flag is down.
Skyler was up in the sky there. Ramsey Robinson.
The penalty is going to go against the LSU Tigers.
Shot block on the offense. 15-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Yeah, usually that happens in the interior line. Watch the left guard right here. See, the center has him engaged, and he chopped him. So penalty on.
That's exactly right. When he's engaged, nobody else can come in and come after him, particularly below the waist. So that's the reason for the 15-yard penalty. First down, and now 26. Justin Vincent back in the ball game at tailback. And they'll give it to him as a blocker in front, and wow, he gets whacked down hard. First man to come there was Anthony Bryant. Then Freddie Roach came over to help out, along with Derek Hope. And D'Amico Ryans as well.
Alabama's defense, when Mike Shula looks at this tape, his defense has been up for the challenge. If they have had some offense to keep them in this football game, this defense has done a nice job.
About to go under 10 minutes to play, third quarter. LSU, 3 wide receivers to the right. This is Skyler Green. He's running back into the middle of the bubble screen. Bounces it outside now to the open side of the field. Inside the 25. And he's finally pushed out of bounds at the 17 by Anthony Madison.
I saw 2 good blocks by Devery Henderson and Michael Clayton, the 2 other wide receivers.
And Peterman also.
And Skyler Green catches the football, and you soon start seeing the wide receivers block. Another nice block by Justin Vincent, the tailback.
Again, Three wide receivers come to the right, one out to the left. Spreading that Alabama defense out, and they'll go with the run, and here's the big guy. This is Broussard, taking a man with him, has 10 yards and counted off at about 14 yards. First and goal, LSU. Reese, let's check with you.
Backyard brawl, Pittsburgh and West Virginia tied at 24 about halfway through the third. Rasheed Marshall missed the game against BC. Appears to be the picture of health here. Mountaineers on top by a touchdown late in the third.
A race back here in Tuscaloosa. The LSU Tigers again trying to put a stamp of approval, of self-approval on that number 3 rating. It is first and goal as he gave it to another freshman, L.A. Broussard, and the large one took it for the first down and give it to him again. Still fighting, charging those legs, and he will take it in for the touchdown. Broussard turning, high-stepping, and he took it into the end zone, and LSU now goes on top 23-0. Rodney Reed, number 60, the right tackle, with a really good block.
You can give this offensive line all. Whitworth, Livings, Wilkerson, Peterman, Reed, and Edwards. They have done a nice job.
Chris Jackson to attempt the extra point.
Blaine Nash to hold.
Kick is up, and he's got it. So let's take a break. 9:15 remaining, third quarter, and our new score: LSU 24, Alabama nothing.
Hey, honey.
Hey, remember how we talked about eating better? Well, it starts today.
The secret's out. 2 original recipe chicken breasts have less fat than a BK Whopper. I'll go skinless for just 3 grams of fat per piece. And now get a 12-piece bucket of kitchen fresh chicken for just $9.99.
No, I'm doing this for you.
For a fresh way to eat better, you got a KFC What's Cooking.
Okay, boys, take your positions. Roger that. Looks like we're taking the scenic route. Okay, back right, you've got some water. I'm on it. Front right, you've got ice. 2 o'clock. Got it. Okay, giant mud patch in 3, 2. Man, I love this job.
The new BMW X5 with X-Drive, a revolutionary new all-wheel drive system that watches over you, shifting power where you need it, when you need it.
4 flicks.
Yeah, you know, you can only get that DVD here. Get you front and center for the Rolling Stones shows.
Get 4 Flicks, the ultimate live Rolling Stones concert DVD box set, exclusively at Best Buy. Thousands of possibilities. Get yours.
With ESPN Full Court, you'll get more than 450 additional games of college basketball. To order, call your local cable company, DirecTV, or Dish Network.
ESPN's College Football Saturday, brought to you by KFC. For a fresh way to eat better, you got a KFC What's Cooking. And by BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Well, the situation here in Tuscaloosa, Nick Saban said he wanted to take the crowd out. He did that a long time ago, but he has gone beyond taking the crowd out of the ball game now, Mike, with a total domination of this football game, 24-0.
An impressive performance by this football team.
Chris Jackson to kick it off. A look at Broussard, a young freshman, one of a stable. They got 5 running backs now. 3 of them are freshmen. Think about that. Kick return from the 5, and this is Prothro. Prothro bounces it open. 40, puts a head down and tries to run over Jackson, the kicker, and Jackson will be credited with the tackle, but he almost got knocked out on the play. Adrian Karsten, back to you.
Ron, all season long, we've all been able to do our jobs better in prime time because of this new tool in the trade. It's called high-definition television. The picture is perfect because of the clarity of the color. Next week will be, of course, at Alabama-Auburn. This week, ESPN announced a big slate of college basketball on ESPN HD, which tips off December 2nd, Illinois at North Carolina. The entire high-definition schedule available in the ESPN HD section on ESPN.com. Brought to you by Phillips and Best Buy. A brand way to watch your favorite ESPN announcers, whoever they may be.
All right, Adrian, it's Shad Williams who bounces that one back to the left and has the first down. LaRon Landry makes the tackle for LSU. Shad Williams, you can see, had part of his chin strap. I think the snap was broken off on it. The young man who just made the tackle, number 30, LaRon Landry. He's a true freshman, and this youngster is not only starting, Mike, he is making an impact. He had a great game back against Auburn, and the coach says, well, just nothing phases him. He is just a pressure guy. Quick pass to Shad Williams. He'll take it inside the 40 to the 39.
Talk about Landry. He came into this game tonight as the leading tackler as a freshman on this football team.
Look at Landry was playing without his shoe, and in fact, it looks like his shoe trying to come off right there. It did come off, and in fact, his mom called the sports information office this past week and said, you got him listed from Butte, Louisiana. He's not from Butte. He's from Amen, Louisiana, which is down close to New Orleans, is all I know. Darby checks in at tailback, and he'll get the handoff. Tries to bounce it outside, and the penetration by that defense, led by Marquise Hill, making the stop for the LSU Tigers.
The LSU's just controlling the line of scrimmage against this offensive line of Alabama. You see no movement on Marquise Hill, number 94. He stood the ground, and there's no movement, no place to run for the running back.
3rd down and 10. They need to take it down to the 31-yard line to keep this drive going. Marquise Hill has 5 tackles in the ball game, and only a junior out of New Orleans, 6'3 and a half, 299 pounds. Here comes blitz. They pick it up. Pass is knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Was it Lavallee or was it Hill? I think Lavallee.
Too is in there also.
Let's look again here, Mike. I think he may be right on. Yep, it was Lavallee. Chad Lavallee, the senior out of Marksville.
They ought to do a highlight tape on him on how to play the defensive line position.
Well, the amazing thing is for an inside guy to have so many tackles for a loss. Here's the boot off the side of his foot. Wow, this thing may not go 10 yards. Bo Freeland with a very, very short punt. The crowd a little upset. Let's take a timeout. 7:07 left in the 3rd.
Coming up on SportsCenter, big-time drama in the BCS. College football's plays of the day, and can anyone beat the Chiefs? Plus, LeBron meets AI. SportsCenter after the game, ESPN.
Are you primed for Week 11?
That's what we're here for.
Countdown's got the Parcells and Belichick reunion covered. We'll talk to the Tuna and preview the showdown between the division leaders, Cowboys and Patriots. Sunday NFL Countdown, 11 a.m. on ESPN.
At the Plessis Pontiac Buick GMC in Gonzales, we're tearing up the stickers on everything in stock to save you money.
Get a new 2004 GMC Extended Cab SLE loaded with all this equipment for only $20,980.
Get a new 2004 GMC Envoy, $6,000 off MSRP.
Get a new GMC Denali, $7,000 off MSRP. Save big money. Shop the Plessis Pontiac Buick GMC in Gonzales.
Ralph's Supermarket, we take great pride in providing our customers with friendly service and delicious food items at significant savings. For the finest cuts of beef, poultry, and pork, you'll love the quality and selection offered in our specialty meat department, cut fresh daily. For baked goods just like Grandma used to make, try any one of our delicious homemade cakes, pies, and other baked goods prepared daily. No time to cook? Ralph's Supermarket also offers fresh home-cooked meals conveniently prepared with all the fixings, value, choice, and convenience. It's all here at Ralph's. Why go anywhere else?
And we're back 24-0 LSU. Mike, listen to this stat. It's about to become 8. Over the last 7 quarters in this series, the home team has been outscored 69-0. Play action by Mock, and they roll the pocket. Got this one to Clayton. Clayton steps out of bounds at the 45, and catches for Clayton now was at what, 11 or 12? 11 for him.
Keep that score because they're going to add to that before this game's over. This Alabama defense is going to get worn down.
Keep it on the ground. Vincent. Good job of an ankle tackle. Reese Davis, let's check back with you.
Well, let's not forget that West Virginia can beat Pittsburgh, and maybe Pittsburgh beats Miami. The Mountaineers can win the Big East outright. This is a punt return by Lance Frazier, and he is darting through the Panther punt team. Frazier would get it deep in Pittsburgh's end, and after that, Quincy Wilson would cash it in. West Virginia up by 2 touchdowns on Pittsburgh.
Wow. And I'll tell you what, the Mountaineers are going to wind up definitely having to say in that conference outcome, aren't they? Second down. Benson again. Caught by the leg, and wow, he goes down hard. I tell you what, we need to give credit. We talked about this offensive line all night long. Number 60, Rodney Reed, a senior out of West Monroe. He graduated last May. He is an accounting major. And Reed, as you take a look one more time at that hit by Derek Pope, Reed graduated with a 3.97. He has 43 career starts. And Mike, that's the kind of glue that makes an offensive line really good like this one.
Character.
He also was a National Football League Foundation Scholarship winner. A pass a little bit short. And in case you don't know what that is, it means that Rodney Reed will receive $18,000 for postgraduate work. And our congratulations to him, because that is indeed difficult when you play this sport particularly and excel that way in the classroom.
Really, basically, they got a pretty young offensive line. They've got 2 seniors.
Ian
Peterman.
Reed. You're exactly right. Here's the boot. This one's end over end and is caught. No fair catch at the 12-yard line by Brooks. Hit immediately. It is going to be stopped short of the 15. But on ESPN and ABC Monday night, catch all the NFL action at 7:30 on ESPN. Monday Night Countdown presented by UPS. Stuart Scott of the gang bringing you all of the analysis, interviews, and highlights, and up-to-the-minute news from Week 11 in the NFL. Then at 9 on ABC, join Al Michaels and John Madden when the Pittsburgh Steelers head to San Francisco to take on the 49ers. Donald Clark, the tight end, the only healthy tight end, and he's not 100%. Is the man in motion and set on the right side as they give it to Sean Williams. And look at the pursuit from the backside. And Chad Lavallee, big number 93, because they turned the play up, was there along with Kyle Williams to make the tackle.
Ron, this defense wants to pitch a shutout because last year Alabama rolled into Baton Rouge. A lot of internet stories on that thing, and won 31-0. Threw a touchdown pass late in the ball game. Nick Saban didn't talk to us about it, but talking to the coaches before the game, the assistants, that was big with their players, that they wanted to come up here and get revenge for that game.
Draw play, and he'll be hit at the line of scrimmage and knocked down by Kyle Williams. Coach Saban actually was very miffed about the situation because the story, as it turns out, was not true. And he was accused of something. He said, how can you apologize for something that you didn't do? He said, I've never had a situation like that in my life. Clock runs. We're about to go under 4 minutes left in this third quarter. Drills it. The ball is tipped and knocked away. Corey Webster with a nice job of getting a hand up as Brandon Greer, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Brody Crow got hammered again. He has taken some shots in this football game. Kirsten Pittman is going to put him on his back.
This is the 9th punt of the night by the Crimson Tide. Well, the last kick, 9 yards. Let's see if he can get a better one off here. Good kick. High spiral. Going to turn over. Green all the way back inside the 40. Gets by a couple of tackles, and he'll finally be stopped at the 44-yard line. 49 yards on the kick and 8 on the return. Ron Franklin, Mike Gottfried, Adrian Karsten. Great to have you along. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and a big one here as far as the SEC West. And they won't start talking about it for a time yet, but LSU has a date with the Ole Miss Rebels 1 week from today in Oxford. And, of course, already with 1 loss in the conference, the Tigers cannot afford to falter.
And 2 hot quarterbacks. You talk about Eli Manning. I think Eli Manning has put himself in the hunt for the Heisman Trophy. Matt Mock, 2 hot quarterbacks in a duel.
This time from the shotgun. Ball 5 runs him out of bounds at the 30. Charles Jones with the cover. That's good for 26 yards. They're making pitch and catch look very easy.
I'll give you a stat, Ron. Since 1997 here at Bryant-Denny Stadium, Alabama's 17-17. Now this senior group that's going to go out here tonight, they've been through a lot. Now Mike Shula, we met with him the other day. I really believe he's got everything on the right track, but he needs help. He needs recruits.
Well, Joe Namath said it back in the first half. He said that you got to have play. There's no question about that. Gets this one overthrown, looking for Clayton. Now 30 seniors on this ball club. And before the game tonight, you see who all they have gone through as far as coaching staff.
Yeah, Mike DeBose and Dennis Franchione left, and Mike Price. And like I said before, the players, when I talked to them about Mike Price, had nothing but good things to say about him. And Mike Shula, really without spring practice, he's had one arm tied behind his back coming into the season.
Carry back into the lineup, gets the handoff. Whoa, and a hit by Pope. Oh my goodness, right on the numbers. That's coach's material right there if you want to show a form tackle.
Yeah, Derek Pope, who Joe Kine says is a vocal leader, is a hit leader right there.
7 tackles for him, Michael.
He's an active linebacker.
Well, here's 3rd down. And LSU needs to take it to the 20-yard line. They line up Joseph Adai this time at tailback, but they send him out on the pass route. Pass almost intercepted. And that's the worst pass of the night by Mock as far as where it was delivered and who he was trying to read, because Pope almost picked it off.
I think he was throwing to Derek Pope on that play because Derek Pope was right there. Matt Mock hasn't made many mistakes tonight. You were talking about pitch and catch not too long ago. He may have had a misread on that play.
Well, Jackson to attempt the field goal. 46-yard attempt. Good pass, plenty of distance, and he is wide to the right. Applause from the crowd, as that's one of the few things that has gone awry for the LSU Tigers tonight. So with 2 minutes, 41 seconds left, 3rd quarter, score remains 24-0.
I think it's been good defense by Alabama. Again, up for the challenge.
Now the standings in the SEC West. We talked about the importance of this one. Ole Miss undefeated, 6-0. LSU 4-1. That lone loss came on the road down at Gainesville.
You can make a case for all the guys in the Heisman Trophy, and I think if you take Larry Fitzgerald off of Pitt, they would be a lesser team. Jason White. If you take Eli Manning off Ole Miss, they would not be anywhere in this contention for this crown.
Very valuable, there's no question about that, and the youngsters had a truly outstanding year. Now the remaining schedule for the LSU Tigers at Ole Miss next Saturday afternoon. Then they get Arkansas at home.
Yeah, they got a tough closing schedule. When you look at Ohio State's got Michigan. You look at USC, they got Oregon State, UCLA, but Ole Miss and Arkansas, 2 pretty tough opponents for the LSU team.
Well, on 1st down, Darby Darby has 5, has 10, and will count it off at 13 yards as Landry comes over to make the tackle. Landry, by the way, when we asked questions about who all was after him, Miami was after him, so was University of Florida. He wound up wanting to stay close to home and play with the LSU Tigers. It might not be easy to predict, but he's going to be an all-conference, if not more, performer very shortly.
He might be an all-conference this year.
He may be, you're right. LaRon Landry, number 30 for the LSU Tigers. Hands it off straight at the middle to Darby again at the 45. Oliver will come over to make the stop on him. You know, the interesting thing, and the reason I'm anxious to see that game next week between LSU and Ole Miss, every series has a history. And that thing long ago started a great history. But in recent years, again, LSU and Ole Miss have fought fairly even terms. Last year, the ball that hit off the defensive back's head here, caught by Clinton, and the year before, Ole Miss was in Baton Rouge again. They won that ball game with Manning at quarterback. LSU had won the year before that in Oxford. So it's been a tough, close series. Coyle running for his life and got out of bounds. Thank goodness, not a hit here as Lavallee was applying pressure. Lavallee told you an interesting thing the other day when we were talking with him. You asked him where he got that drive to be a 4-quarter guy, and he said,
his mom.
That's right.
He said, my mom pushed me from the time I knew better, and she said, you're going to be the best in everything you do. His motor is running all the time. I watched him practice down there at LSU when we had the Auburn game. Pro scouts were looking at him. He practices the same way as he plays.
Senior out of Marksville, 6'3", 292. Darby tries it right up the middle, and boy, just stonewalled. And guess who? Lavallee. You can see 93 down on the bottom of that pile, and enjoined by a lot of friends. Lionel Turner also there to help him out.
Mom knows best. He's getting double teamed. He goes down. He fights through the double team and makes the tackle.
Well, there's patience right there, because you could see Lionel Turner hitting from the other side. He came free, but they ran him right into Lavallee, and the big bear just grabbed him and took him down. Well, the first year he didn't come to college, he was a guard in the prison. Whoa.
I tell you what, those prisoners were looking for him.
You know,
they were afraid of him.
No, you don't think anybody got on a line. No. 4th down, they'll go for it. They need to take it to the 37-yard line, and Coyle to throw, steps up into the pocket, drills it, got it complete at the 25, and it's Prothrow at the 10, and dropped down to the 6-yard line. Landry tackles him after a gain of 34. Landry made the tackle. So as we head for the break in the end of the 3rd quarter, take one more look at Tyrone Prothrow. They list him at 5'10", 176, and Mike, I think that's a very liberal anointment of 5'10", not real big, but he is a smurf who can move. We'll take a break.
ESPN the magazine on newsstands now.
Okay, boys, take your positions. Roger that. Looks like we're taking the scenic route. Okay, back right, you've got some water. I'm on it. Front right, you've got ice. 2 o'clock. Got it. Okay, giant mud patch in 3, 2. Woo! Man, I love this job.
The new BMW X5 with X-Drive, a revolutionary new all-wheel drive system that watches over you, shifting power where you need it, when you need it.
Where does reality end and pure vision begin? A Pioneer plasma display can deliver more than 1 billion colors, taking high-definition television to a whole new level. Pure vision. Sound, vision, soul. Pioneer.
Let's see what we got today. Where's the jersey? There's the jersey.
You've been outbid.
I've been outbid. Yeah.
That's it.
I'm switching to Earthlink.
Speed up your internet with new Earthlink Accelerator. Web pages load up to 5 times faster than regular dial-up, and you don't need new hardware. Call 1-800-EARTHLINK and get 6 months of dial-up service featuring Earthlink Accelerator at half price. Move to Earthlink. It revolves around you.
Why do we work? Why do we get up every day and leave the people we love? At the Principal Financial Group, we know you work for more than just a paycheck. For 120 years, the Principal has helped people keep more of the money they make and do more with the money they save. You work hard. We make work hard for you. The Principal Financial Group. We understand what you're working for.
So we have a decision to make. When comparing high-speed wireless data networks, Sprint is nearly twice as fast as AT&T Wireless.
So we'll get email attachments faster. Let's check out Sprint.
I was late. Can I see the demo?
I think once is enough.
Get wireless data nearly twice as fast. Get the facts at Sprint.com. One Sprint, many solutions.
Well, welcome back. 24-0. We open the fourth quarter. Now, some business to take care of. Mike Godfrey, the #1 defense, has not allowed a rushing touchdown this season. Alabama sits with a 1st and goal at the 5.5-yard line. I imagine there was some conversation about this shutout over across the way, don't you?
No, yeah, without doubt.
Luke in motion, play action, and whistles all over the place.
And they had that respect for the running defense. They were going to throw a pass.
For the snap, movement by the offensive line. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Well, tonight's game track being brought to you by Pioneer. And this is the way this game has gone so far. LSU turnover to start the 3rd quarter. Just what the Crimson Tide needed as Clayton fumbles, Pepper with the recovery, but they could not capitalize. And the field goal attempt, wide left. And then LSU, boy, what a run there by Broussard. Took it in for the score, and that's how we stand at 24-0. So with the 5-yard walk-off, 1st and goal, but now the line of scrimmage, 10.5-yard line. Pressure on the outside. Cryle gonna be sacked at the 16-yard line. Marquise Hill and Randall Gay.
They brought them off both the corners on that play. You get the restricted area down inside the 15-yard line, and you can hug those receivers, and you see Sean Williams come to the right side to block, but he couldn't block both of them. They're outnumbered on that blitz.
So now it's going to be 2nd down and goal. The ball is placed just outside the 16-yard line. Brody Croyle. There's Kenneth Darby behind him, but he's going to try to throw. Drills it very hard and incomplete. Luke couldn't hold on. Instead of putting a little touch on that football to allow him to turn and go upfield, he threw a fastball, a high hard one.
Goes back to what I said. When things are going bad, you lose your confidence a little bit. You start to force. 10 hurries of this LSU defense. 9 knockdowns of Brody Croyle.
2 sacks and 1 interception. Sean Williams comes into the lineup, number 21. 3rd and goal. Croyle across the middle, incomplete. And it's going to be 4th down. And it was Jack Hunt, number 8, who knocked the ball away. And Jack has been a good story for LSU. The free safety last year moved him to strong. He's put on some weight. And right here, you see him reach in there and knock the ball away.
He's the leader of the defense. He's the one player that missed the Florida game. Their defense did not play as well. How about those Gators winning again today?
10th play of the drive coming up. 4th down and goal, Alabama. Trailing 24-0. Here comes an all-out blitz. Croyle throws for the end zone, and it is knocked down and incomplete. And defensively, Travis Daniels, and there is a flag down behind the line of scrimmage.
There's a flag on the play.
holding so that LSU will get the football.
Marcus Spears
holding by the offense. Penalty decline. Ball goes over. First down.
Marcus Spears was really putting some pressure on it. He may have been the man who was held.
Boy, LSU on the sideline, their defensive guys, their coaches were out on the field when they come off. They want that shutout.
Will Muschamp, the defensive coordinator for the LSU Tigers.
Very good one.
Yep, big smile on his face as they have closed the door again. 13:59 left in our ball game. They'll keep it on the ground. Vincent bounces it outside and almost broke it as the ball came loose, but the ground had caused it to come loose. And Charlie Pepper makes the tackle. That's going to be a gain of about 16 yards.
Last time shutout against Southern Miss, Jeff Bauer. And Ron, I know those coaches from LSU, they're thinking about one thing, shutout, and they'd like to get one more touchdown.
And duplicate that 31-0 of last year. Ali Broussard, number 22, comes into the lineup for LSU at tailback. Give it to Broussard, big head of steam, and he's going to take it forward. That's a 10-yard gain and counted off at about 13 yards on the carry.
This defense for Alabama has played winning football tonight. Now you look at that score, you say, well, how can you say that, 24-0? But the field position LSU's had all night, the breaks, and no offense. This defense done a pretty good job. They have given all they can give. Right now they're falling apart because the amount of time they've been on the field.
1st and 10. The new line of scrimmage is the 45. Broussard again right up the middle, and look at him run. He's got a first down plus 10 more. Let's make it 15 more. That's a gain of almost 25 yards. Reese Davis, let's check back with you.
Well, Ron, Texas in position to make a BCS bowl game if they don't mess things up against Texas Tech. Torian Henderson into the end zone, made it 35-34, but all the Longhorns rising up and swatting away the extra points, and Texas clinging to a 1-point lead inside 6 minutes to go.
It looked like he kicked the ground.
No, he hit the ground, I believe. And Texas Tech always seems to play their best against the Longhorns.
I don't think there's any question. Beck Brown wouldn't argue with you about that. Joseph Adai back on the lineup. He's weaving his way. And finally the tackle made close to the 15. Now here is to back up the point by Mike Godfrey. This is a tired Alabama defense. Folks, every rushing play that they have had, and they've done nothing but rush, has been 10-plus yards. And 2 of them have been over 20.
Ron, one thing about LSU, when you look at them statistically, they lead the league in time of possession. That means they do wear down the other defense. Ole Miss has got to win that battle next week in that big game if they want any chance to beat LSU. But they have won the possession time tonight.
No question. And that hurry up at the beginning, pass incomplete. Skylar Green couldn't hold on. I mean, the pace of the ball game, and I talk about hurry up, with the huddling close to the line of scrimmage, and they wanted that defense just snap, snap, snap. They wanted them to have to be accountable, back in their stance, and trying to stop whatever they were throwing at them.
Yeah, total yards tonight, LSU 428. Total domination, every area of the game.
Again, that 4 wide receiver set. Alabama offside. A flag goes down. And the hit and a dive knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. But it'll be a 5-yard penalty because of movement in the interior. I think it was Lee, Dominic Lee, who came across and encroached.
Pretty well officiated game tonight, too. Yes.
Yeah.
And when you don't notice the officials, they're doing a great job.
The defense is inside the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And Ron, you know, one of the conversations going to come up is Oklahoma against Alabama and then LSU against Alabama. Alabama, a different team early in the year. The first game they were healthy. They had all their offensive linemen, and they really played Oklahoma tight. But they have lost a lot of guys with injuries. Not the same team now.
Joseph Adai fumbles the football and got down on it himself. It'll be a loss of about 4.5 yards. As Mark Anderson was right there with the pressure, and Adai did the smart thing. And you take a look right there for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and a great one. Wesley Britt, who went down in Tennessee's ball game on the 5th play. And Mike, a really emotional scene as they were rolling him off the field. He pointed to each of his teammates, calling them out, saying, hey, it's up to you. This youngster had 34 starts before that injury happened. It broke his leg. He has a younger brother who is playing already on the defensive side, and his younger brother Justin has committed to play here with the Crimson Tide. Boy, Skylar Green getting bounced around at the 16-yard line. Now here he is right here. You can see him. They're trying to get him off the field. This is in that Tennessee game, and it happened after only 5 plays. And he's pointing out different teammates saying, hey, I'm out of here with a broken leg, but I'm holding you accountable to get the job done.
Good, solid football player.
Yep. Wesley Britt.
Back.
Yeah, out of Coleman, Alabama. Here's the field goal attempt by Jackson. Plenty of distance on this one, and he knocks it right down the middle. 33 yards on the kick. New score, 27-0 LSU.
I will not be afraid of the dark.
I will not feel guilty leaving my dog alone.
I will know my children are safe.
I will finally be able to relax!
At ADT, we help more people feel safe in more ways than any other security company. A single ADT system can help protect your home and family from burglary, fire, and carbon monoxide for $0 down. Plus, save up to 20% off your homeowner's insurance. Call 1-800-ADT-ASAP.
I'm gonna wrap myself in paper. I'm gonna dot myself with glue. Stick some stamps on the top of my head. I'm gonna mail myself to you. Oh, I'm gonna tie me in a little red string. I'm gonna tie blue ribbons too. Climb up into my mailbox and I'm gonna mail myself.
This holiday season, no one will work harder or go farther to keep us all connected.
Men don't like to shave. They'd rather light their shorts on fire or eat dirt. Easy, fellas. Nivea soothes the pain of shaving. With moisturizers and vitamins, Nivea for Men Aftershave Balm soothes and improves. Nivea for Men, more evolved skincare.
Mentos has 70% more, and they come in a box. Go Box!
So a sign in the stands, ESPN. Eli, start praying now. LSU's coming. Well, it's a bona fide statement, but conversely, Eli has not ever run from LSU, and he has given them some tough times. So
they're going to face a complete football team. Well, this LSU team is the second best team I've seen this year. I haven't seen USC, the men of Troy, but Oklahoma.
Here's the kick. This goes to the goal line, and it's Brandon Brooks. Runs into his own blocker, and then is going to be stopped at the 15. Adrian Karsten, back to you.
Finally found someone my own size. Wesley Britt, one of 30 seniors tonight. Reflect on the past 4 years and even the past 4 minutes here. 4 head coaches, 3 in one year's time. What's it all been for you like?
Well, just let me tell you, I mean, it's the University of Alabama. It's a special place. There's something in the air here at the capstone. It's been an unbelievable experience for me. I've learned so much. I've grown as a person. I've grown in my walk with Christ. The Lord's been with us since we've been here. I know that, and it's an awesome time. It's just hard seeing my best friends, my teammates, my best friends out on the field, and me not being able to. I mean, I've had two broken bones and laying in a hospital bed. And the hardest thing is walking in the locker room and not seeing my pads.
You come in tonight 4-6. You very easily could have been 6-4 when you consider the ball bouncing the other way literally in some of the overtimes. What does Alabama need to get back to the top?
We just need the small things. Just the little things, running through the line of scrimmage, just little things that we know we can do. We need a few things to go our way and a great offseason. We're going to be back at the top. We have great players, a great coaching staff, and we're getting some great recruits right now. I mean, it's exciting times here at the university.
Ron Wesley is not one of the little things, I can promise you that.
Okay, Wesley Britt. We appreciate his time, and we wish him the best. That ball thrown tall, incomplete. Zach Fletcher. Whew, dangerous pass right there.
Adrian's interview, that's what college football is all about. Wesley Britt can't play. His hopes and thoughts are with his teammates, and he's right. They got the right coaching staff. They just need some players to come in here and sign up for this program. They get an easier schedule next year, and I think they're on the right path. I believe that strongly.
A little depression on the sideline tonight, and particularly by that defensive unit, because as Mike has stated, that the numbers that they have given up tonight don't really reflect the way they have played, because the offense has just been everything but inept, for that matter. Luke, that's going to be the longest pass play of the night, as he will take it across midfield to the 47. Good for 34 yards. Randall Gay defensively.
The offensive line gave him some time right here. Luke is being bracketed. That's two defenders on him, one inside and one outside. Randall Gay is inside, but Luke ran a great pattern and got Randall Gay out of the action.
Luke now 4 catches, 61 yards. 11 of 31 for Coyle, 134, 1 interception. Darby again at tailback, and they hand it to him. Blocker in front, takes it down the sideline, finally pushed out of bounds at just around the 30-yard line. Landry is out there to make the defensive play. Give Justin Smiley credit for a nice block leading the play.
Yeah, he's another good offensive lineman. Talking about Wesley Britt. Justin Smiley, number 78, outside there to make the block on Corey Webster.
So that stops the clock. 8 minutes, 42 seconds to play. Next week, we will be down on the plains of Alabama for the annual matchup between the Auburn Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Draw play. Here's Darby again. Cuts in behind a blocker and is going to be stopped at the 27.
As soon as they go in the locker room after this game and they talk about this football game, I'm talking about Alabama, because LSU's got Ole Miss. But Alabama, Mike Shula is going to address his football team and say, hey, this is not going well for us this year. We're 4-7. But if we win this football game right here, there's a lot of people that will remember this football team for what they've gone through and turn it around at the end.
Well, the interesting thing for picking up after this play, and this whistle down, and it's going to be false start against Alabama. The difficult thing for this coaching staff, you could see they have Auburn next week, then they go to Hawaii, and then being on probation and no bowl game. The difficult thing, Mike, they have to pack the pads, and they don't get that extra 3 or 4 weeks of practice.
No, you're right.
Snap, movement by the offensive line. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
I'll tell you what they can do. When you're in that situation, all the bowl teams, how many ever is going to go to bowl games, 56 football teams, they can practice up to the bowl games, so they get all the younger guys extra practice. But the guys that don't practice can go out and recruit and bear down on that and say, you have an opportunity to come in here and play right now.
Here comes a blitz off the corner. Pass is thrown complete. Ducks the anticipated tackler. Breaks off another tackle. And Tim Castile, what an effort. And look at the emotional reaction. That's going to be a 22-yard gain as finally Marcus Spears made the stop on him.
Ron, that's his 18th pass reception. A tailback in the high school, Tim Castile, has got very good hands.
You can see he knocked Landry off of him. Landry didn't lock up, and the freshman will learn that you got to grasp a guy like Castile, who is 231 pounds. You got to hit him a little lower. Castile in motion. and they'll give it to Darby. Right side, Sean Williams, I beg your pardon, and they'll push him out of bounds after a gain of about 4 yards. Vaughn is the man who made the tackle.
I believe they're going to have to throw this football in here to score. I don't think you can run it in against this LSU defense. Sean Williams, we talked about him averaging 114 yards per rush per game. He's had a tough night. Not many holes for him tonight. 29 yards. Tough running back.
Second down for the 6-yard line. Here comes blitz right up the middle, throws the ball, got him open, and he can't hold on. Incomplete at the 1-yard line, LaRon McClain.
He's open. Brody Croyle with the ball right there.
Hunt was all over him though, Mike. I think McClain was trying to run before he caught it. We've seen that before. And not just by him.
Number 84, Trandus Luke. He's the steadiest receiver right there.
Coyle hands it off. Running play. Good heavens. Hit behind the line by Chad Lavallee. And there's your play of the night. He had a play of the night against Auburn, which upset that series. And now Alabama's going to have to go for a field goal because of this penetration and the hit.
That movie, Ghost, that's who blocked him. Right there. There's nobody blocking. Chad Lavallee roared up the field.
Bostic to attempt the field goal, 27 yards. Good pass, and he got this one. So it breaks the shutout. 6:38 left in the ball game. 27-3, our new score. Let's take a timeout.
I don't even have that insurance.
What insurance, Santa?
The one that pays you cash if you're hurt and can't work.
Huh?
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
Can you just send out the toys?
Stuart Scott and the gang recap the NFL weekend and get you ready for Monday Night Football on Monday Night Countdown, delivered by UPS, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
What do you get that one-of-a-kind person on your list? A tool that will inspire them to take on all kinds of projects. The Dremel Super Multi-Pro Combo Kit. Only at the Home Depot.
Call, click, or visit now to pick up this handheld rotary tool system. With 4 attachments and 132 accessories, the Dremel is the ultimate household problem solver. A few easy twists and you can cut, sand, clean, polish, or drill, even in dark spaces. The variable speed motor adjusts up to 35,000 RPMs to tackle different surfaces. And a flex shaft attachment makes it easy to handle small detail work. Order now and get this 132 accessory Dremel kit for just $99.99, and shipping is free.
This season, give the gift that will inspire 132 thank yous. Call, click, or visit your home for holiday inspiration.
The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
So 27-3 our score. And you know, Mike, it was interesting over on the sideline when the defensive team came over there. A 27-3 you're pleased with, but they were not happy that they gave up the shutout.
They wanted the shutout, and you talk about last year's game. There's Nick Saban. He's talking to Turner. He's saying, hey, you messed this up. And all of a sudden Jack Hunt comes by and he says something to him. He wanted that shutout.
Henderson at the 15-yard line. Couldn't find a direction to go in. He'll have 1 on the return, so let's take a timeout. 6 minutes, 32 seconds left in our ball game.
What you doing, Brian?
I'm just putting my name and address in these bottles and sending them out to sea. Hopefully someone will find them and contact me someday.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Why? Why do you torture me, Brian Henderson of 12 Maple Lane?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Brian. Oh, nice to meet you.
So we are back after a very short timeout. Broussard with the carry into the middle of the line, and he will have a couple of yards. That's it. Tackled by Derek Pope, who has had a good ball game tonight, and particularly that one very picturesque tackle.
Now Nick Saban's thoughts with this game in the waning moments is thinking about Eli Manning. And one thing about Eli Manning, they'll blitz him, but Eli Manning will be better prepared with his ball club for the blitz.
Broussard again, as LSU just wants to keep it on the ground, move the chains at least once, and run that clock on down. Well, tonight, our player of the game, which is brought to you by Russell Athletic, is quarterback Matt Mogg. You see his numbers: 22 of 34, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. And in case you missed this part of the ball game, folks, he was about as perfect as you could be. He had this offense running on all 8 cylinders.
Ron, he's going to be in the game till the end, I guess. I asked Jimbo Fisher that because against Auburn, with the score out of sight, they kept Matt Mogg in, but he didn't really. He just said, "Hey, you never know when the game's going to turn." But Matt Mogg still in the football game.
Anthony Bryant, senior of New Bern Sunshine, is the man who was shaken up in the play and had to come to the bench for Alabama. Joseph Adai in the ball game on the 3rd down, and the pass is in and out of the hands, or did he catch it? Avery Henderson was juggling the football, and they give him credit for the reception. That'll move the chains at the 5:09 mark, and LSU will hold on to the football and start to come very close to running this clock out.
We give a big star to the offensive line of LSU. They were the difference. One quarterback a lot of time, the other running for his life.
Joseph Adai back in the ball game. He gets the handoff, goes straight up the middle. Reese Davis, let's check back with you.
Oh, we've got a barn burner down in Austin, 35-34. Texas over Texas Tech, and Torian Henderson right up the gut. The Red Raiders are on top by 5. Chance Mock has just entered the game, trying to save the Longhorns in the waning seconds. We'll keep you up to date.
Alrighty, our situation. The barn burned down in the first quarter in this one, quite frankly. It has not been close. LSU has just been a dominant force. Total yards right now, 450 yards Tigers. Alabama, 219.
Yeah, one of the differences in this football game was Michael Clayton's play.
Carey, the ball carrier, and he is hit immediately by Carlos Andrews.
I think when you look at this football game, the kickoff team, the punt return, LSU's defensive line, the offensive line, the running backs, they just dominated.
Clayton, you talked about him, Mike. 11 catches, 123 yards, and a touchdown. Quite an evening for him. Mock is the player of the game, but certainly his first lieutenant in this one tonight has to be number 14.
Chad Lavallee on defense could have very well been the defensive player of the game.
3:15 left in the game. That pass is caught. That's enough for the first down, and it's Michael Clayton with still another grab. And now the clock will start again. 3 minutes, 11 seconds left in the ball game. And they could just about run it out right here.
Yeah, and LSU's in the hunt for the BCS. You look at the remaining schedule. USC's got both games at home. Ohio State's got to go to Michigan. John Navarre's got one thing on his mind, to beat Ohio State. And then LSU's got to go to Ole Miss, be a battle next week. And then they finish up with Houston Nutt, the Razorbacks.
Marcus Randall comes into the game at quarterback. You remember Marcus from last year when Mock went down with that injury to his foot. Marcus, the junior out of Baton Rouge, came in and led the way for the LSU Tigers. Got in early last week, or week before last, of that game against Louisiana Tech, and played. Coaches were pleased with the way he played.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Matt Mock go off because he's had a great night. You don't want to take a chance of him getting hurt. He did get hurt in Florida late in the game last year.
Yeah,
so you want to keep him healthy.
It was about his 5th quarterback draw when he got that injury to his foot, remember. About to go under 2 minutes left in the ball game. And the handoff to Sharon Carey. Carey goes for short yardage. Roman Harper making the stop. And you see Matt Mock doing what all good leaders do, and that is make sure he gets around and thanks his supporting cast, the offensive lineman. He was talking to Stephen Peterman just a moment ago, and then tapping the shoulders of his wide receivers and saying, hey guys, great job, because I couldn't have done tonight what I did without all of your help.
You know, and Matt Mock played in a running offense in high school, and he's learned the passing game here in college, and he has just really developed a confidence that we talked about it. He's on fire.
Well, the handoff goes to Adai, and Adai's going to go for the first down.
ESPN's College Football Saturday. Brought to you by Aflac. Ask about it at work. And by Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Good idea. LSU with a big crowd here, and they brought their band. That's always a great idea. When you know you got a tough road game, get that band with you.
That's right. When you know it's going to be a highly partisan crowd in the other direction. So they'll keep it on the ground again. And Joseph Adai tackled in the open field. A look at the BCS, and this is brought to you by Allstate. Mike, changes? I don't really see a lot of changes. Unless, you know, LSU is not going to, they're not going to jump over Ohio State, I don't believe.
No, not with Ohio State beating Purdue. I think Purdue's got 9 wins. USC, you know, Ohio State's got a chance. If they beat Michigan, they could jump USC. LSU has got 2 games against a real good ball club, so they might jump too.
Well, they will take a knee. 3 seconds down to 2, and the clock will run out. So the 2 coaches head to the middle of the field to shake hands. Congratulations. And this one goes into the record books. Final score, LSU 27-3. Coming up next at Sports Center at ESPN News. For more, log on to ESPN.com, your home for college football on the internet. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Good night, everybody, from Tuscaloosa, Alabama.